You got me all excited. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever event of GameKheyl. We are doing CAFs tonight in UFC 4. We got ourselves a stand and bank tournament with some of the best players in the world. And joining me in the commentary booth, we got Bane and we got BMF Proxer. Proxer, how are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic right now. I have been waiting for this tournament for so long. This is gonna be sick. I'm happy that I'm on the tournament, that I jumped in the last 3 days. I'm just glad to see all these fights roll out and just see this beautiful tournament. What about you, Bane? What do you think?
Oh, I'm absolutely excited. Look, this is the event of all events to be in. Stacked card, filled tournament. Fights are going to be insane. And I'm just so happy to be on the commentary booth for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see the card, we got ourselves quite a few amazing matchups. The first one is Mad Rise versus Barely Average Gaming. That would be me. Then we got ourselves Shroomboy versus Toyan. These two are regulars at Cage Rage. Shroomboy actually having himself the belt at one point, and BMS Toyan. He has had his shares of losses recently, but he is a Division 20 fighter. He can put anyone on their ass at any given time. Then we got ourselves a firefight between Trials War versus AK Ungodly. These two fighters like to stand and give pressure to their opponent. This is going to be pretty exciting. Then we have probably match of the round. In fact, one of the two matches that I'm absolutely looking forward to. We got Bora X, the former ESFL champion, versus BMF Proxer. Proxer is an absolute beast in his own right. He's been in around top 50, so let's see how it goes. Then we have KIA Ben versus Lone Wolf. Some might consider this as a mismatch. KIA Ben is an absolute beast, but Lone Wolf would want to prove him wrong and would want to prove everyone else watching this to be wrong. Then we have a matchup between two fighters who are very well versed in each other's fighting styles. We have GSPS Goat or versus AK Pressure. These two fighters are again high level competitors in and around top 50, top 100, and they would want to put on a show for all of us. Then we have BMF Gancho versus LS Unorthodox. This fight is going to be a classic. These fighters do not back down. They've won multiple stand and bank tournaments on live events, so they do not know how to back down. They're going to press forward and punch each other's faces. And lastly, to cap off the first round of GameKheyl stand and bank tournament, we got ourselves KIA Holloway versus AK Gavin. This is going to be fire. KIA Holloway is a competitor with multiple credentials to his name. He is one of the few fighters to have multiple accounts in top 100. And with AK Gavin, we all know who he is. If you follow Cage Rage, he is one of the former champions there. So it's going to be exciting. That's my second fight for this round. Guys, what are your thoughts on the card?
Bane, you first.
Proxer, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just can't wait for this card. So many great fights, so many beasts on here. I am absolutely looking forward to K. Holloway and AK Gavin. Both of them are absolute machines. And there's just every fight is going to be a contender for fight of the night. I believe so, at least. This is going to be a banger card and a banger tournament. And I can't wait to see who's going to be champion at the end of this. What do you think, Bane?
Have to completely agree with you. It's interesting how all of these competent competitors will, thrive in this environment. Some people are great on numbered cards, right? They're incredible fighters and great players. When it's a numbered card, they can prepare for their opponent. But now when you're in a situation where you have to fight potentially 4 people, look, this is what separates the good from the great.
Absolutely. This is going to be just a banger all around. I can't wait. I really can't wait. So many just beasts. The best of the best you get to see here, and this is going to be an absolute beast fight. And we're going off with the first fight between Mad Rise and Barely Average Gaming. This is going to be a beautiful fight, I believe. What do you think?
I think Naveed...
Sorry for that. Just to add on a couple of things before I leave the floor to you guys. First and foremost, for everyone watching this, GameKheyl is a gamer community. We're trying to build streamers and gamers and trying to give them a platform to showcase their talents. So we will be sharing the links in the chat throughout the stream. So make sure to give us some support and to help us out with this entire event. And for this fight, I'm leaving the floor to you guys, and I'll see you guys in a minute once this fight ends. Thank you so much.
Best of luck, Naveed. Proxer, obviously getting into this opener. Look, Naveed's a great player. He's so good in so many places, especially off of his back, right? If you get Naveed down to the mat, that might be the wrong decision. This guy's got submissions for days. But based off of the CAF archetypes, it suggests he might be going for more of a stand and bang approach, kickboxer acrobat versus another kickboxer class. Proxer, what's your take on those picks?
Well, this is going to be pretty tough because we know those classes are pretty vicious, right? So we're going to see, I think it's going to be a war. I think both of these classes have a good chin. So, I don't know, I hope to see the best fight and the best performances by both of these men. This is going to be great.
Absolutely, and stand and bang as well, so we are anticipating nothing but brawls in this tournament. The acrobat class, one of the most notable things is the switch stance. I think that if you're going to choose kickbox or acrobat, you have to be well-versed in orthodox and southpaw. So let's see if either of these gentlemen chooses to go from a different stance here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big kicks
those
there.
Kicks, wild kicks already.
Naveed looking to throw big, throw fast. Another big kick attempt doesn't land.
I just have to point out, he has a beautiful calf. I have to say, what a beautiful calf that is right there.
His calf could have used a little more time in the weight room potentially, but hey, you know, the hair is on point.
Absolutely.
This is Big Chungus. He's a real legend in the stand and bang tournaments.
Mad Rise doing some good work in this opening couple minutes, just touching the body, not really selling out, of course, but being consistent with the attacks. Naveed's still trying to find the range and dictate the pace. Mad Rise being more the effective striker thus far, Proxer.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can see Naveed trying a lot of different stuff, those crazy kicks that we saw in the first opening 10 seconds of the fight. And Mad Rise is doing a good job at adjusting the pace right now. He is putting on some pressure, and he gets rocked with that. Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Naveed sells out right there. Could be, that was a poor decision on his part, but great moment for Naveed, right? The biggest strike of the fight thus far. Mad Rise, though, still right back onto the aggression.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, those hooks are doing a lot of damage. Oh,
Good
he missed a viral kick.
Naveed, big head kick. Have to think that's the adjustment that Naveed needed to make, being more lateral with his movement. You can't just back up to the cage, Proxer.
No, you definitely can. Not against Mad Rise, at least. Mad Rise is putting on pressure right now. He is doing a lot in his power to control the fight and the cage and the octagon. We see he is doing a great job right now, doing clean boxing, and just, you know, hurting him everywhere. So far, at least. But then we can adjust. He is a great adjuster. Good movement.
Mad Rise absolutely moving and grooving around the center of that octagon. Big miss with that lead side kick. Naveed wise to it.
Both of them are doing a good job.
Both are having success. Mad Rise, though, up until this point, has just seemed to be more consistent. Naveed had that moment, right, with the big uppercut rock, but this round has largely been dictated by Mad Rise.
Yeah, it has. Definitely has been, yeah. I think this is a Mad Rise round so far, but Naveed and... Oh! He stuns Naveed. Oh my god, I think he can... these are caps. We need to remember...
Naveed finally lands the big strike he's been waiting for. 15 seconds remaining in the opening round. It seems like we're going to get a second helping of this fight within the next 5 minutes. Naveed! Out cold Mad Rise! The perfectly placed head kick sends barely average gamer to sleep! Wow! 5 seconds remained in the opening round. Just as I was saying, we're going to get to round 2. Mad Rise says, I'm going to close the show.
You cursed it. You cursed it, man.
I know, it's the commentator's curse. I have to, whenever Naveed gets back, the first thing I have to do is apologize. But man, what a finish from Mad Rise. And talk about an opener to this tournament.
God.
The performance by Mad Rise, that was exceptional. I had a lot of fun doing that fight, to be honest. Amazing work.
Man, Naveed, I have to obviously ask you the pleasure that we have you in the booth. It was a tough one, right? It was a tough one. He didn't give you a second to breathe. He was very aggressive and pressured you for the majority of that opening round. There were a couple moments, right? You landed the uppercut, you landed the big jumping switch kick to the head. But obviously that finishing sequence went to Mad Rise. What were your thoughts on his approach?
Well, to be honest, I think he was better with the faster punches because his jab straights were working pretty well. He was tagging me to the body and drained a lot of stamina. So that was pretty smart. For me, I think I had to rely on his timing and connect with the heavier shots because that's one thing that I tend to rely more often than not. I tried to deploy head movement for the first time in the fight and paid dearly for it. I think that, but I wish him best of luck. He looks like an exciting prospect for this tournament, to be honest.
Always the consummate professional, Naveed. Truly a great way to kick off this tournament. However, we move forward, onwards, and upwards. Take us to the next fight.
All right, so up next we have Stoyan versus Jason Corsani, aka Shroomboy, aka Lionheart, whichever name you know him by. He is a beast in all of those identities. But Stoyan, again, he is looking to fix his previously, I wouldn't say broken record, but he is going to put on a show for us. He is an exceptional fighter. Being someone in BMF Proxer, what do you think about Stoyan's chances in this fight?
Now, Stoyan has a good chance in this fight. He is my teammate and a great friend of mine. He is an absolute beast. He is a machine. But last time there was a tournament, he didn't play to his full potential. I don't know why. Maybe the lights got to him, but he definitely has something in him. He is a beast. I would say he's one of the best strikers in the world, and hopefully we get to see him perform. But on the other end, we have another machine that he is gonna probably, try to put pressure on him and just do his best to finish the fight, because that's what you need to do against Stoyan. Finish it in the first or second round, because Stoyan is just gonna pick it up each round. Gonna pressure until you fall under that pressure. And, well, we're gonna see, of course. So let's get into this fight.
Sounds
want
very
to
exciting.
You, Lionheart is actually the only guy who has ever captured the PlayStation title of Cage Rage and the Xbox title of Cage Rage. He wasn't simultaneously PlayStation and Xbox champion, but still the only guy who has ever got the honor to be called PlayStation Cage Rage champion and Xbox Cage Rage champion.
By the way, guys, I may have missed another and probably the most important introduction of them all, Mr. Gancho, the head of Cage Rage. He is assisting us with all the production tonight, and he will be dropping in some dimes just like the one he did. He has a lot of insight into this, in fact, into everything, into production, into fighters, how their behaviors are both inside and outside of fighting. So we are going to hear lots from him, and we are going to see a lot from him as well. We have Cage Rage events happening throughout the week, so I hope Gancho will get to share some details in this chat for Cage Rage as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Naveed.
And while we're, of course, looking forward to the future, have to stay in the present. Kickboxer, sniper on both sides. Couple notable things about that CAF archetype, at least in my opinion. The accuracy is one of the notable standout features. 4.5 stars attached to that. Kick speed as well, 4.5 stars. So I'm anticipating very precise kicks.
Yeah, this is going to be a good fight. I can't wait to see it. And it's behind, and it's in the backyard. This is going to be a scrappy fight. You can already know.
This is right next to the barbecue is what we're getting in this second fight of the tournament. Good respect shown. Yeah. Never mind. Not returned.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, we're going to see probably a war now.
Stoyan, right, attempting to start the fight with good intentions, not reciprocated by Lionheart. Now you can see Stoyan not happy with it, just pressuring, keeping him against that steel cage.
Oh yeah, both of these men. Like I said, Stoyan is a machine. If Stoyan gets his rhythm, this could go really badly. This could really go badly. Oh, but look at that.
Big land for Lionheart.
Speaking too early right now.
I like what Stoyan's doing with that right hook, that check right. He's beginning most of his combinations with it. It's such a lethal strike in this game. Absolutely debilitates the block, but the distance management of Lionheart up until this point has been impressive, right? Gliding in and out, letting himself get backed up to the cage a little too often, but still maintaining the range. Good body
really
work
good
from both
fight.
gentlemen.
Really good fight so far. Technical fights are always better, in my opinion, better than the scrappier fights, because it's always great to see all the skills that an opponent brings, and absolute skill that I would say, as I mean that in absolute, I mean that everybody has their own style. So we're gonna see two beautiful styles here in the first 2-3 rounds. So this is gonna be amazing.
Absolutely agree with you, Proxer. Anybody can have a brawl, but not everybody can have a chess match. Stoyan, rook to c3 right there, lands on the chin of Lionheart. Oh, good combination from Lionheart, returning effectively. You can see the head health on Stoyan and Lionheart both aren't really that great as we approach the last 2 minutes of this opening round.
Yeah, not that great. They need to look out. They can't do this, for 3 rounds, because someone's gonna get dropped. So they need to look out, stay on their feet.
Proxer,
That's it.
I don't think these boys have any intentions of going to the judges' scorecards. A finish seems imminent with their approach. And it appears that Stoyan has gotten the better of this round. If we are going to go to the judges' scorecard in some alternate reality, I have to imagine with how this is going, if he can finish the last 60 seconds the way that he's done, it'll be a 10-9 to Stoyan.
I agree with you, yeah. Don't curse it again, though. Don't curse it again. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, and I have to apologize to Naveed. I said the wrong thing and happened. But the stamina is one of the things I wanted to discuss. It seems both of these guys are operating with about 85% of their stamina back. That CAF archetype does have decent 4-star recovery. So what do you think in this second round the approach should be, Proxer?
Well, the approach to be, I think, Stoyan just needs to do his own thing, right? Stoyan just needs to do what he's been doing so far. And as I said, he looks a lot more calmer than he did in the last tournament that we had. So, I mean, if he does the same thing, I think he's going to catch him and then just finish the fight. But if I'm the other man, and if I'm being pressured like this, or being attacked like this, Lionheart needs to, just bring it out and actually show him that he is boss in this fight. I think he needs to take the center of the octagon and just kick his feet under, kick his body, do everything to drain his stamina and just try to finish the fight as early as he can.
Great opening here from Lionheart, mixing up those calf kicks nicely with some offense with the hands. Naveed, what do you make of this opening? Wow! Stoyan turning the momentum, catching Lionheart with many combinations.
Yeah, he was sitting and waiting for Lionheart to exhaust his gas tank, and the moment it happened, Stoyan just pulled the trigger.
Oh,
Look at that!
Okay, he's down. Can he finish the fight right here?
Hooks from both sides land for Stoyan. Lionheart in seemingly a world of trouble early in the second round.
He needs to get out of this. He needs to get out of this corner. If he doesn't, he's gonna get smashed. He needs to look out.
Big body kick lands for Lionheart, but you have to think, is that enough to halt the pressure and momentum of Stoyan? Big slip straight into a right hook.
Wow.
It looks like Stoyan has found his movement, knows what to do now, and looks like an absolute boss in this one.
And talk about continuing the success that he had in the opening round, right? We were talking about a chess match. This is looking more like a firing range up until this point. Not a lot of resistance from Lionheart in this second round.
Yeah, for someone who's seen Lionheart fight for a while, in fact had a brief rivalry with him as well, he likes to grapple and clinch a lot, so that part being taken away from him might be a little detrimental.
Oh, big body kicks from Stoyan there, working the midsection so effectively.
Look at that stamina. It is going down. He can't stay in the corner. He needs to get out of the corner because he doesn't have a lot of stamina. He can throw 4 strikes and then the stamina is going to be down. So he needs to combine it with kicks to the body and kick that body up. He needs to do this or he's going to get finished really soon.
We'll say
guys, keep an eye on Stoyan's head health. It may not matter in a few seconds.
This is going to be over.
Wow.
He needs to get out of that corner.
Stoyan needs to be more careful with his head health, but yeah, we saw what happened.
We did.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
This is just clinical work, cerebral assassin from Stoyan. 60 seconds remain in the second round, and I don't know, Lionheart is looking worse for wear.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
over. There you go. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a great performance by Stoyan. Oh my god. Wow.
And if we're talking
great.
about sending a message, none more potent than a big second round KO. The straight comes down the middle, 2 lands to the chin, and Lionheart seems to have been neutered.
Oh yeah, he definitely did get. He got taught a lesson. He got taught a lesson right there. And I think Stoyan is a contender to win this whole thing. He is a beast. I said it in the beginning, and well, we saw it. He's an absolute machine. Beast.
I don't think there's anyone who is going to argue that with the performance that he's put up so far. And
Absolutely.
right after this fight, who do we have next?
Charles War versus AK Ungodly. Yep.
I'm in love with this matchup. Not gonna lie, I'm in love with this matchup.
You're not the only one, bro. I can't wait for this fight. It's another beast fight. I can't wait.
And
Just to put
talking-
things in perspective, prior to hosting this event, I've been running a few short test tournaments, and so far in those leagues, in fact, the gentleman to the left only lost one single fight in that entire league. He won 16 straight fights before he lost his first one, so he is on an absolute tear. And Luke Duffy will have his work cut out for him, but Luke is an absolute beast when it comes to stand and bang. He likes to counter punch. He likes to stay in the pocket. I think we're going to see fireworks, and my prediction is a first round finish either way.
Oh, absolute violence anticipated. Have to throw to the chat real quick. Mr. Humbledink, hope you're having a good morning across the pond. KIA Notorious, what does the winner get in this Naveed?
Winner will get a lot of respect and the bragging rights. As the first champion ever of GameKheyl.
Street cred is on the line. Some would argue that that is more of a reward than any monetary value. AK Esports, let's go. Absolutely, AK.
Let's fucking go. Another great fight right here in front of us.
And you can see that there is an existing history between these two competitors. 2 wins to 1 to the former. And I have to think that might affect them going into this, Naveed.
It would. I think psychologically it would have some effect, but at the same time, I believe these fighters are war hardened. They know what they have to do, and I might get to eat my words on this, but this might turn into a technical fight, considering these guys know what the other is all about. So here we go.
Let's see this great fight. That hairstyle is beautiful, by the way. Let's see. Oh,
Charles War touching the body of AK Ungodly.
oh yeah. Already going at that. This is gonna be another piece fight. I can't even say it. Every single fight on this card is just the masterpiece.
Oh. AK Ungodly throwing
Kicks.
that sort of leaning roundhouse to the head several times without setting it up. You have to make sure that the strike is properly cued.
Oh yeah. They were both. Oh!
Trials
Kick to the
for
head
big
right there.
head kick there.
Both of these men are so dangerous with kicks. I've played both of them. They are both really, really dangerous. They need to both look out for those kicks. Tricky, tricky kicks.
Big miss from Ungodly into a straight, which lands. Great work from him. Good uppercuts as well. The body work, though, seems to be
Ooh.
something. Leaning into the head kick, not a suggested idea by any physician, at least in my opinion. Eats another uppercut there.
Yeah, that jab straight head kick is a patent move for Ungodly, and he likes to throw that ways that you expect but cannot do anything about.
Stamina's looking pretty vile for Ungodly so far. He's missing kicks, he's missing punches. That's not what you want for your stamina. He needs to look out. This is gonna get really critical for him in the later rounds. If it goes there, of course.
Absolutely.
Oh!
Oh! Giles Ward
Beautiful step.
sends AK Ungodly. Absolute textbook move right there.
Oh my god.
Duffy likes to attack the body. That time, he protected his head and launched his own assault.
I really thought that was gonna be it. That looked like it's gonna be the finishing strike because he had 0 stamina and got knocked down cold right there.
That would have been
Oh.
insane. Flash
Trials
KO.
War. Oh!
Big body work there!
Ow.
Trials War, the midsection is paying off!
Oh my god.
Wow!
This could be
But
it.
look at
Oh yeah,
this.
he gave up. He
AK.
gave up. I think
AK
he gave up.
Ungodly firing back. Eats so many to the ribs. Those boys are cracked.
There
Wow!
Are going to the hospital right now. What a knee to the body to end the fight.
it is. Oh my
Load
Jesus
that up
Christ.
on a gurney. First round KO as anticipated. Trials War moves to 3-1 against AK Ungodly in their history and also progresses in the GameKheyl tournament.
The way you said that, by the way.
Now
That
even
was-
if I win, I have no faith anymore. Even if I win.
And you know, we were talking about messages being sent in the previous fight, but this was a book that was published by Trials War. Talk about a performance where it was closely contested up until it wasn't. That was a true domination at the end there.
Yeah, that was
Definitely.
domination.
Something that Luke Duffy likes to do. He likes to dictate the pace of the fight whenever he sees an aggressor. He likes to slow the fight down, attack the body, and then impose his own will. And that's exactly what he did. What a performance against a top-level fighter in AK Ungodly.
Absolutely. Now I will mute myself for these 10 or 20 minutes, however long it's going to take. And I'll see you soon. I'll go do my fight now.
Proxter, best of luck. Go show them
Thank
what
you.
you're all about.
Let's see. See you soon.
Now, talking about Proxter getting knocked out momentarily. No, no, of course not. Proxter, truly one of the best guys on the scene, a competent competitor through and through, is going to give a absolute performance. And I, for one, Naveed, am looking forward to it.
So am I. I think this is going to be the fight to watch, considering the skill level that Proxer has and going up against a beast, an absolute monster in Aaron 4D, also currently competing as Borax in this tournament. So it's very interesting to see how this one pans out because we have two very high-level fighters. And again, this can go either way.
You know, Naveed,
And-
I can tell you a lot about Proxer. Having in mind he's one of the few players in Cage Rage who was undefeated in the previous season, went 6-0. He was very close to getting a title shot. But on the other end, Aaron, I fought him only back on UFC 3. But what I remember is his heavy striking style. And if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong here, but I'm sure he participated in ESFL events, and I actually think he was a champion then. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys in the chat.
Well, he certainly made a name for himself wherever he's gone. We definitely know about him.
Now, Naveed, of course, talking about the tournament, but I want to expand beyond, right? With GameKheyl, your ambitions for this organization, what can we anticipate from you in the future?
Well, so far, what we've been able to do is get the community, especially the UFC community, has been absolutely exceptional. They're supporting all the streamers that are in there. Anyone who needs advice can hop on and get a few words in, especially the commentators community. I believe that's something that needs to be highlighted and showcased because that's a talent within its own, if I'm not mistaken. Then what we've also been doing is get in touch with a lot of streamers out there. We've interviewed Gancho and Mr. Humbledink recently to talk about Cage Rage, and also we've had a few streamers from both local Pakistani streamers and international streamers across the world to come in and talk about their experiences and how they can help build a better community, how mental health is a big issue that the community is facing, how sexism is a big issue. So we're going to continue doing a lot of interviews, and then we are also going to get competitive with the gaming tournaments that we've done so far. And also moving forward, we're going to do a lot of content, video-based content on this channel. So for everyone watching, I hope you drop a subscribe on this one because there's a lot still yet to come.
Absolutely love it, Naveed. Indeed, subscribe if you haven't already. Turning the attention back to the tournament, though. This one is interesting. 1-0. Not a lot of history between these two, but the CAF archetypes are lethal. Boxer pressure versus kickboxer sniper. Of course, boxer pressure, the hands are like cement, some would say. That 4-star punching power, and then that really quick punching speed, something to deal with. But kickboxer sniper, you have so many different options, Naveed.
Definitely. I think, again, it goes without saying it's going to be a stand and bang war. But at the same time, I think the archetypes are going to be pivotal moving forward into this tournament. Whatever suits your style is the way to go forward, regardless of what your opponent has picked. I think this tournament is too quick or too short. Trying new things.
At this level, especially right when you're facing the best guys in the world, everyone is in the same realm of skill. It's all about game plan. Big opening there from Proxer.
Proxer is doing well, trying to find his own timing. In the meanwhile, looks like Aaron's struggling a bit.
Aaron finding the timing a little bit later, right? We've only a minute in, but Proxer seems to already understand exactly what he wants to do. Bora waiting and finding some shots there.
He looks like he disagreed with us there.
Proxer taking a moment off, a little bit of a feint. Oh! Pull back, shot to the midsection. Looking good for him. Yeah, Bora's moving and grooving.
He needs to get himself off the cage now.
Proxer stunned! Bora, bring it on!
That could have been deadly.
And that's a danger of being suffocated against the cage, right? Being put in a corner and not effectively laterally moving yourself off of it. Bora seems to be lethal in the pocket, but at range, Proxer is the one that is having more success.
I completely agree. Unless you have watched Humbledink's guide on how to fight on your back, or your back towards the cage, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, good move there from Bora. And you can see, right, he's biding his time until he is in another position to really lay into Proxer.
He's cutting off the angles. That's the most important part.
Good movement there from Proxer. Needs to get back to the center of the octagon. 2 minutes remain in this opening round. Bora pouring it on.
Bora looks almost telepathic with his movements now. He's making good reads on where Proxer is moving and landing very, very important shots.
He is dedicating so much to the midsection, finding the body often and frequent. But I will say, predictability is the for lack of a better word, bane of everybody's game plan, right? If anyone can see what you're going to throw next, that's when you get knocked out. Bora is throwing that lead upper to the body and then follows it with a rear hook. I don't know if Proxer's made that read yet, but it's occurred several times in this opening round. 60 seconds remain.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Isn't that the formula?
That's a fair point, Naveed. You got me there.
Front kick misses, though.
Proxer needs to get off of this cage. He's got 30 seconds to make an opportunity, but Bora's the one making the most of it.
Ooh.
Oh!
Bora hooked on his ass with that one.
Wow!
Again.
Bora, chin, suspect. 10 seconds remain. Opening round was largely Bora's, but you gotta think with those two knockdowns, Proxer might have just stolen it.
Definitely, those were the most impactful moments of the round. I still think that heading into the second, Bora might have an advantage with the damage, but those guns will come into play. Once your chain is compromised, you can expect to get dropped, or at least stunned one more time.
Second round is upon us. Good respect shown from both gentlemen. Proxer wants to continue the work, but backing straight up. Big check left hook lands. Bora
May not have been a smart move.
Proxer, this is where he needs to be. He needs to be in the center. He's having so much success there. Good job moving out, going to the body. Eats the upper.
Fully set up there by Bora.
Bora read it like a book. He knew what was coming and anticipated the counter. But Proxer, right, doing a much... Whoa! Absolutely lethal. Front kick to the teeth of Bora puts him on his ass. 350 in the second round. I'd have to think Proxer looking a lot better than the first five, Naveed.
Yeah, I think he's got his groove back. But at the same time, his damage that he took earlier in the round may come to play. This fight is still for the taking for both fighters.
absolutely is a story of who is going to break first. Good! Oh, Proxer knocks him down!
Oh, did that not end the fight?
That midsection is bruised for Bora. Proxer looking like a world breaker tonight. This second round has gone his way. Bora fighting his way back in.
Bora is looking like a Rocky reincarnate right now. He's pressing forward still.
The dead man falls again. Spinning back fist lands. Bora on his back. Check left also lands. Proxer looking for the finish as we approach the final 2 minutes in this second round.
Oh!
Wow. That was the body upper rear hook I was talking about for Bora. Proxer lands one of his own, gets the knockdown. You have to think the head health of Bora is in a dangerous place.
He's running on fumes here. The way he's throwing those strikes looks like his stamina is not in a bad place.
.120 remain. Can Proxer get the stoppage in this second round? Good kick to the midsection there. Oh, you see Bora wanted to bait that pullback. Not there in that attempt. Striking entries and exits on Proxer's side. 50 seconds remain. Good knee to the midsection.
The problem for Boras is that his body health is another challenge that he has to be very mindful of. So his attention is divided between where to block first. But nice pressure.
Oh! 20 seconds. Proxer lands to the ribs and breaks him. 10 seconds left in the second round. Can Proxer get the finish? Oh! What a firefight, Naveed!
It's one of the best fights I've seen in Stand and Bang in quite a while. I think this just might be my favorite, the way this has been moving. Both fighters are an absolute level above we've seen so far.
Everybody leaving it in the octagon tonight. Proxer, Bora, round 3 awaits the final 5. Have to think Bora needs a stoppage. Great respect shown by both competitors. That's what mixed martial arts is all about.
Real, whether it's virtual or real, respect matters.
Oh, 1-2 lands. The clock is cleaned. Bora, worse for wear.
I like from Bora as well, from Proxer, is the fact the moment he got that stun, what happened there? Oh yeah, the moment the stun happened, he moved in a position where he would press Bora against the cage. That was very smart from Proxer.
You know, I could absolutely criticize Proxer's approach, but big body rock there. Proxer selling out for the finish, but we saw that the head health is suspicious for him. You talked about attrition earlier. You know, Bora has done a very good knocks him down. Proxer on the ropes. Absolutely one of the best fights I've had the pleasure of witnessing. 3:20 left in it. Let's see. Good midsection rock. He's down again. Can Proxer find the finish?
This fight is exhausting to call.
And so early in the tournament as well. We couldn't have this be a semifinal or the final. Big body rock again knocks him down with the lead left hook. Oh my god, how is Bora still alive?
Bora won't die.
As you mentioned, the Rocky Balboa comparisons. Ivan Drago, if he dies, he dies. Approach from Proxer in this third round, truly throwing everything in the kitchen sink.
And then some.
Their body rock.
Body again.
Those ribs are busted and bruised, but Bora still standing. Not right there, down for a moment.
What?
Talk about it, an adrenaline rush that fight was. All 3 rounds were such a war. Proxer gets the eventual finish. You can see the fishing celebration is on point for the commentator and fighter. Wow. I mean, look, Proxer, we heard Proxer's words before he stepped out of the booth. He was nervous, uncertain, anticipated defeat, but talk about a breakthrough performance for the victor, Naveed.
That was an instant classic. I think I will probably be downloading this and making a copy of this and uploading it somewhere as one of the best fights ever in UFC 4. What a fight, what a classic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only the first round. We have a lot of action still to come. Hey, buddy.
The doer of all things, you ended the night with a big stoppage midway through the third round. I know that you were not scared but nervous about this fight. I need to hear what you thought about it.
Well, I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was gonna, he was gonna pose more of a threat in the early round. So I tried to tried to get away from him, tried to figure him out, and I saw he wants to pressure me a lot. So I just needed to get out of the, corner to basically utilize on him, and that's what I did. And I figured him out and scored 11 takedowns. 11 takedowns, 11 knockdowns. Just did my thing right there, and that's it.
What I was saying in the booth was something about your movement, right? Your range management. You did back up right to the cage, which I criticized, but at the same time, you made it work. Was sort of letting him come to you the approach, or was his pressure something that you didn't anticipate?
I didn't anticipate his pressure, no, because I thought it was gonna be, he was gonna pressure me all the time, and that's basically what happened. Yeah, so that was just a great fight, and I'm really happy that we, got to share one of the best fights today so far, but it's probably not going to be the best fight. So that was great.
Oh, Proxer, that was one for the ages, and you're still in the tournament, in the running for the eventual bragging rights at the end, I suppose. But moving onwards and upwards, Naveed, cue us for this one.
Oof, we have Ben Middleton versus Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf has been in and around the community. He's been in a lot of leagues, not a lot of action for him, but again, he signed up, he showed up, and he is facing a beast in Ben Middleton. He has been someone who's been continuously on top of standard mag divisions. He likes his CAF short, hard punches thrown by them. So he is going to stay in the pocket. He's going to pressure his opponent. He's going to attack the body. But at the same time, I'm very, very interested to see what Lone Wolf is all about.
Middleton versus Slayer on deck for this one. Existing history between these suggests that Lone Wolf would have the slight edge 3-2, but we all know that the KIA camp is not one to be messed with. Improvements after every fight for any of those guys. I mean, they truly are cut from a different cloth. So we'll see if the KIA contender can even it out at 3-3 overall, or will Lone Wolf go 4-2? Big 1-2 off the rip. AIA Ben, a standout in many organizations, Cage Rage especially. Oh! I shouldn't speak!
Yeah, he was barely standing there though.
Oh my gosh, KIA Ben already experiencing some trouble, but look, catching Lone Wolf with the 2.
Lone Wolf getting a little too excited there.
Have to think maybe his visibility through that helmet is limited. Who knows? Good slip straight from him there.
He's setting up those head kicks really well though.
Oh! KIA Ben gets the knockdown.
We're seeing
this is what millennials call being extra.
Proxer, I need your thoughts on the head kicks of Lone Wolf up until this point.
That was just... I mean, that's just beautiful work. I don't even know what to say. It's beautiful work right there. Look at that. Ooh.
Textbook counter, you look it up in a dictionary, it's a picture of KIA Ben eating that shin to the dome. But look, putting on the pressure, 250 remain, and gets that movement right out of those shots. He seems to be the better fighter in terms of footwork, but in effectiveness, it's all Lone Wolf up until this point.
He's had the bigger moments, but again, he's trying to find that movement. He is actually send Lone Wolf astray with a few of his, what do I call them, side movements.
Oh.
Big combination there for KIA Ben, catches the kick. Good form, eats the jumping knee!
Ooh.
I'm really scared. Oh!
Oh! Lone Wolf down. Head health not where it wants to be. KIA Ben opting for one of the boxer archetypes. We all know what those bring, heavy-handed, but see this. Lone Wolf dancing in and out of the pocket. Lands there.
This is a great fight so far.
Lone Wolf
Everybody was
is
counting out
making
Lone
us
Wolf.
howl like wolves here. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody was counting him out.
absolutely.
He's doing a great job so far. I can't say anything
Big
else.
head kick blocked there from KIA Ben, but lands with a big hook, knocks him down.
Then the
Straight
beast
through the
with that.
dome with that one.
Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Gas is out though. Jesus Christ. Maybe he could. Oh, both of these men could get a finish right now. This is so close.
Talk about a performance to follow up what was Proxer versus Bora. KIA Ben
Oh.
gets knocked down again.
Jesus Christ. What is this? What am I watching right
going
now?
for
This
a
is
body
just-
hook overhand.
Oh,
Instantly.
look at the
Ben is
Naveed.
looking in a bad position so far.
The stamina of KIA Ben is not where you want to be heading into the next 5 minutes. Naveed, what do you think about that management of the cardiovascular system?
I think it was more about damage to the body than what you mentioned in pretty specific detail, actually. But all in all, this was a round for Lone Wolf to be extremely proud of. Ben has to readjust if he wants to come out as a victor. He has been there quite a few times. He's come out on top, but looks like Lone Wolf knows what he has to do.
Everybody was
Absolutely.
scouting Lone Wolf out. And look at that. He is putting on a great performance.
And each of these guys has nothing to be ashamed of. Whoever is the eventual victor, everybody understands these guys are true professionals.
Definitely. Both of these men are playing like professionals and just doing it beautiful.
Another head kick lands for Lone Wolf. KIA Ben eats it to the ribs.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is not where you want to be. The body
Ben
has
is in
been
a good
tested.
position.
Catches the
That
kick.
body is tenderized for the barbecue
Wow.
tonight.
It is only seconds until
Barbecue. This is a
gets finished.
bonfire. KIA Ben absolutely melting under the
Oh!
massive head kick for Lone Wolf.
Lone
Wow.
Wolf. The performance for
It
this
was a
man.
shotgun. Boom.
Setting those kicks up beautifully, by the way. Whole fight. Wow.
Absolutely agree with you, Proxer. The offensive palette of Lone Wolf is one that has been cultivated, and it's so interesting to me that the head kick approach is what he went with, because when you think about it in this game, a head kick, such a telegraphed shot when you try to throw it, is easy to block, but boy, he was landing them all night, Naveed.
Yes, sir, he was. And you know what? He came out of nowhere into this tournament with not much known about him, and all of a sudden, he's right up there as a contender.
Absolutely.
For someone like Ben, defeating him early in the round is no easy feat. So, as much as he's made a name for himself, he's on his back now. And let's see who are the competitors. At the winner, in fact, the winner of the next fight is going to face this one. And guess who is on the next fight?
No, this is going to be a great fight.
We have the two former champions of Cage Rage, Stan and Bang. We have Gancho, Boss Man, versus B Do Doing.
No,
Is
actually, before that, we'll be
electric.
seeing GSP's Gold versus AK Pressure.
I like this
Oh.
matchup as well.
AK
Okay.
Pressure.
I like this matchup a
towards-
lot, actually. AK Pressure is someone who likes to adapt to his opponent's style, impose his will. Rishi likes to punch combos. They may look very simplistic, but he is absolutely effective. And he likes to fight in a way Conor McGregor does, and his CAF kind of replicates that if you could see that.
I can't agree with you there, Naveed. I think a blind man could tell that the CAF is not similar to the Irishman. However, you bring up a great
So-
point. Pressure likes to adapt. He's versatile. He waits until he sees what his opponent brings to the octagon before he really implements the game plan. However, the one thing I want to turn the attention to is obviously already in the name. It's pressure. AK Pressure stays in your face and he suffocates you, right? It's so hard in this game to get anything going if you can't have the space to do so. AK Pressure takes that away, Proxer.
He does. He definitely does. AK Pressure. He's just the type of guy that does every. You know, his name tells you what he does. He pressures. He does everything beautifully. Just combines strikes together very, very, very well. And I just can't wait to see this fight fall down. And that looks like a
Let's go
Viking,
with this one if you guys can hear us.
normal dude versus the Viking.
Quick hands versus where he is.
Are they
It's
gonna
nice
start
that
the
he
fight?
lets his opponent know what to expect before the fight begins. Quick hands. I mean, that's indicative of the style, Proxer.
It is. Why is he trying to pick? Okay.
Sometimes you just want to check out Daniel Cormier's stats. I feel that, you want to take a little detour through the top 15. At light heavyweight 205, this is a dangerous division, especially with kickboxer sniper, right? That sniper archetype has 4-star punch speed, 3.5 power, but the accuracy, as already mentioned, is the okay.
Are we not gonna see this fight? Gancho?
Um,
On.
What a tough fuck.
AK Pressure versus GSP is GOAT. Appear to have backed out of the lobby. Unsure if there was maybe there was something with the settings. Remember, it was a 5-round instead of 3, or not advanced and it was real time. Who knows? Let's hope to
Guess so.
get an update on their position right now.
Hopefully they fight. I mean, that would be very fucking sad if they don't. So, well, hopefully they do. Okay.
Well, we're trying to figure out the situation as you proceed, but at the same time, we have 2 more fights to look forward to. We have BMF Gancho versus LS Orthodox. I've hyped that fight up already. So the fight after that, in another timeline, this could have been the main event. We have KIA Holloway versus AK Gavin. What are your thoughts on this fight, Proxer?
My thoughts on this fight are K.A. Holloway is my former teammate, and I know this guy is an absolute machine, an absolute beast everywhere. It goes to the floor, it goes on stand up. Everywhere it goes, they're just beasts. So, both of the men have to do one thing, and that is concentrate and just look for the right opportunity, because I don't see the fight going any other way, or then it's going to be a war, and I jinxed it already. So, we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait for that fight.
Right, before this one gets in, GSP's Go versus AK Pressure, have to make the comment, boy, I feel like we're getting spoiled today. Former champ after former champ.
By the way, I have to.
Hat.
Yeah, sorry, Bane. I have to call something out. Both these fighters actually were unable to connect because in the settings they had calves not allowed. That's sinking for a second. Now they've done it.
The settings switch was upon us, and now we're going to get into it. Pressure versus GSP is GOAT. Quick hands versus the not-so-look-alike McGregor.
McGregor, you would
Viking,
get
so
from
called.
Wish. He looks like an Irish McGregor, actually. The Irish dragon. Oh, sorry, not Irish. My bad. It's Welsh, the red Welsh dragon.
Naveed, I have to question your eyesight. I'm getting more of a Viking out of GSP.
I think one more prediction. I might have to go hiking after this. Never mind.
I think so. Good respect shown by both competitors off of the rip. Get the bow and the glove touch. GSP is GOAT. AK Pressure is upon us, Proxer.
Yeah, this is upon us. This is going to be a great fight. We thought it was not going to happen for a second, but it is. Pressure and the main man, Conor McGregor, as we see. No, I'm kidding. Just be a small war. This is going to be a beautiful fight.
Just rub it in, boys. Rub it in.
Great lead handwork from AK Pressure early, being very educated with that left hand feints to the body there. Good hook.
These fighters are very well versed in each other's style. They've fought each other more than 50 or 100 times. They were campmates in multiple camps, so I expect this fight to be slow and methodical, but I've seen very interesting things happen.
Good body work from AK Pressure in the opening minutes here. Jeez! Oh, big knee!
Oh!
Beautiful slip straight.
My God.
Have to think AK Pressure didn't anticipate that slip straight right there. Takes it to the chin, stunned him momentarily, but the AK member is back in it. 3 remain in the opening round.
Oh, they need to look out. They're not landing anything right now. Let's see.
Well, it's one of those things in this game, right? When you get a stun early, a rock, a knockdown, it's difficult to know what to do sometimes, right? Do you press in, smell the blood in the water, and go for it? Or do you just reset and think, look, I've done the damage. I think it's time to be more methodical.
Oh! Pierre gets dropped. Jesus.
No methodical there. Huge lead uppercut. Floors. GSP is GOAT. Eats the shots, and he's down again!
This could be really well over. I mean, this is looking pretty bad for GSP as GOAT. I agree with that statement, by the way. But that is definitely looking horrible so far for him.
But hey, you can't count him out. 90 seconds remain in this opening round. He did have the slip straight stun, has eaten a bit more damage than he probably would have liked. But at the same time, anything can happen. A one punch can change the complexion of this fight.
Most definitely. This is like a chess match so far, though. Right now, at least it's looking like that way.
Chess match with explosives. You know, these guys are throwing with bad intentions. Lot of power in those hands as established.
TNT by the table that they're playing chess at. This is what we're seeing so far. Oh.
Instead of a bishop, it's a hand grenade. Good body work there from AK Pressure. Quick hands, living up to the title.
Oh, definitely is.
Nice deep kicks to the body, though. I like this from Pressure. You know, the way Pressure fights is he likes to slow the momentum of the fight earlier. In the second, he is going to impose his will, and in the third, he's going to go absolutely ballistic. He's very relentless with his movement. But I don't know if whether this fight's going to make it to the third. If he does, this would be the first fight of the night that does so. Maybe the second, I don't know.
Such a good sequence of events right there, Proxer, of course. The phone booth fighting of AK Pressure with those hooks landed. What do you think GSP is GOAT needs to do in this next 5 minutes?
Well, we saw he's doing pretty bad on, you know, moving backwards and just staying by defense. He's doing pretty bad. So he needs to put on the pressure and attack that body because the stamina is looking really good for Pressure so far. So he needs to attack that body a lot to get that stamina down and then look for some kicks to the body, combine it to the head, and finish the fight early.
I just noticed the recovery from Pressure there. He recovered pretty well, actually. I think more than 50 or 60% there.
That's true.
Good leg kicks from GSP as GOAT. Oh, apologies. Adjusting the game plan, I think, is what's necessary. Attacking different parts of the body of AK Pressure is crucial. Love to see him going downstairs.
Absolutely. Oh.
GSP's goes finding success with that slip, but there's not a follow-up shot there.
Opportunity not realized in those situations. Great head movement, but needs to do something with it. Absolutely agree with you, gentlemen.
Oh.
Oh! And there he does something. 3 minutes remain. GSP is GOAT landing.
And that's what I said. He needs to pressure. But now again, he's taking his back to the cage. He can't do that. He can't do that. He really can't do that. He needs to get out of this situation ASAP. He's getting.
You cannot be standing still in those situations against an absolute beast, and this is what you have to do. Beautiful head kick and an uppercut.
AK Pressure on the ropes here. Head health not where it wants to be. The chin has been cracked a little bit. 2 minutes left in the second round, and GSP is GOAT is turning it on.
Absolutely. Both of these men are performing right now. I think this could be the fight of the night. Oh.
Proxer have to disagree. I think you've got that locked and loaded for you. AK Pressure putting it on. 90 seconds remain in the second round. GSP is GOAT has had so much success with the head kicks. Let's see if he goes back to that well.
Oh, well, I need to thank you for those comments, Bane. But this is a great fight overall. Again, this is a war between these two men, doing everything they can in their prowess to finish the fight. But they're just really going back and forth right now. Oh.
GSP is GOAT working the block of AK Pressure, trying to just wear it down, land strikes to the guard. Definitely a good strategy as we could be seeing the final 5 minutes, third round upon us. Naveed, what do you think each guy needs to do?
Yeah, I think for
Oh,
sure he needs to figure out the fact that he's getting slipped straight. Maybe he's getting slipped a lot. His stamina is still favorable, at least moving into the third.
Oh!
AK
Mind that?
pressure.
Never mind that.
Wow. I was
Yes,
about
Luis.
to say, can't look to the future without recognizing the present, final seconds of the second round, and AK pressure gets it done. What a massive finish from him. Beautiful pullback counter to that uppercut and lands with absolute bombs of hands, Proxer.
Absolutely, that was a great performance by both men, and I think Pressure just utilized on what he's doing and slipped a lot. He saw his code and just beat him by the code that he saw and did what he was supposed to do. Definitely a contender to win this whole thing.
Wow. Yes. We have two more fights left in the first round. And for that fight, that's what pressure can do to you. Pressure, again, we have many people that we can say that are contenders. We are left with two more fights to figure out who will make up our top 8 into
Talking
the
about
second round.
the remaining fights of this, I believe. What's after quarterfinals? I think next is the quarterfinals, then the semis, and then the finals. I don't know
Yes,
what the phrase is for these opening fights, but either way, BMF Gancho versus LS Unorthodox. We've already been a little bit queued up about this fight, but Naveed, I'll let you elaborate further about each of these gentlemen.
Well, I've actually fought Gancho and B in the last couple of days. I think these guys are primed and ready to take it all. Gancho is someone who likes to counterpunch. He likes to attack the body and the head. B is more strategic, I would say, is a little more slow paced as compared to Gancho. But I believe he can adapt, and this fight can be a brawl. I think this might be a second round finish, in my opinion.
Okay, definitely could happen. And Mr. Dana White himself is fighting an Orthodox, which is going to be, a great fight, I believe. This is just going to be a war, because Gancho has that war type Falcon fight that he always does. So it definitely will be, an absolute great fight between these two men. And I can't wait to see my fellow teammates perform against Unorthodox. This would be a really good fight.
Absolutely. Boss man, not one to remain in the back, loves to be in front of the cameras and in the octagon. Kickboxer sniper, as we've seen, has had success. That 4-star jab and 4-star Celtic cross are equipped with that CAF archetype, but have to also mention the 4-star roundhouse kick. So many options with the kickboxer sniper.
Great. Oh my god. Okay. He tried something really quick, but really quick denied it as well. So, okay.
Akin to Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. A lot of activity from Gancho early, but look at this. Staying composed is what Orthodox needs to do.
Definitely. Well, when you're fighting Gancho, you can never stay composed because he always throws this wild shit that catches you off guard and hits you right to the face. Oh my god, that almost connected, but it didn't. So he is good. This is looking really well for both of these men. This is looking scrappy.
Good combination there from the boss man. Unorthodox investing in the leg kicks early.
Looks like Gancho is absolutely letting it flow. 0 to 60 in less than a second there with a flying attempt. I don't know what it was, a flying knee or a head kick.
Great head movement there from Gancho. You saw the stamina drain from Unorthodox, and the boss man, wise to it, opened up to the midsection for a moment there.
Bossman getting his leg kicked all the way though. I saw that really fast and he changed it up real quick. Oh, good slip, good kick to the body as well. Wow, this is a good fight so far. Trying crazy shit again though.
Gancho in the comments saying second round flying knee bar head kick.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. If that happens, that'll be really funny.
I have to think with the creative striking that we've seen thus far, maybe anticipate something landing and ending, but Unorthodox, as mentioned, doing a really good job of just sticking to his game plan, investing in those lead leg kicks and landing to the head when he needs to.
Oh my god.
Boss man knocked down momentarily. Spinning elbow is such a tricky move, right? It's so hard to tell when it's coming. It's so quick, and when it lands, there's so much damage.
This is something you can expect B to do quite a lot. He has dropped me at least multiple times with that in the last couple of days. To no surprise in this fight as well. Oh, beautiful front kick.
Jesus Christ. This fight is tough. Every single fight today has been a banger. I can't disagree with any of these fights, as we're seeing bangers.
60 seconds remaining.
Beautiful
Big overhand lance for Gancho. Has thrown it a couple times. Unorthodox. His head movement was there in those prior attempts, but that time it came through and landed clean.
He's getting kicked. Yeah.
30
His legs are
seconds
gonna
remain.
get up on him.
Oh, good.
Sticks. Oh, gets caught with that elbow. Oh my god.
Front kick. Gancho finding the creative, striking, pushing forward. 10 seconds remain. Who wants to put the cherry on top of the sundae? That was this opening 5. Wow.
Oh, what a fight so far.
Incredible round, but you have to think the knockdowns would suggest Unorthodox got the judge's nod in his first 5 minutes. Naveed, as much as we love Gancho's striking because it is so entertaining and so fun to watch, what do you think he needs to do in this next 5 minutes? Kind of compose himself, restrict it, or go all out like he has?
I think this is one thing that me and Proxer were telling Gancho at the start of the stream. Relax. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, relax, exactly, but he isn't doing that. But, okay, that oblique kick almost tore that ACL. Let's see.
You know, I can tell you guys, he is literally smiling. He's definitely smiling while having this fight. He enjoys himself a nice brawl.
Oh, yeah. Gancho win or lose situation, he handles it like a gentleman, so we'll see what happens between these two men. But this is a really technical fight so far.
I love the straight to the body into the head kick upstairs. Such a nice little combination. Hasn't landed, but Gancho's thrown it several times up until this point. You can see the striking statistics there. 47 for Gancho. Unorthodox, I believe, was high 60s, so his striking advantage would be on his end, and you have to think it's more effective as well, Proxer.
Well, it definitely is, yeah. This is looking like a... This is just looking a really even fight. Both of them are doing a good job adjusting. I'm just seeing a beautiful fight so far, but gets knocked out.
Massive hook. Gancho, Unorthodox traded in the pocket there. Unorthodox got the better of it. Big stamina drain for Gancho.
Oh, he needs to look out for the kicks to the body because he's going to get his stamina drained even further on. Because he's throwing a lot of wild shit, so it's definitely taking a toll on his stamina right there.
The biggest thing that I've always taken away from the boss man's fights are he has such a big lead check left, lands on the chin. Gancho stunned. Bulgaria, watch out. Unorthodox is pouring it on. 220 ran into the next 5. Catches Gancho there. What I was going to say was, it seems Gancho has such good ideas for striking. He has so many good ideas on the feet, but ideas need to be implemented properly. You know what I mean? You have to set these sort of things up properly.
You most definitely do, because Unorthodox is doing a good job at adjusting, and he's kicking that leg up. Just punching his face in right now and throwing him back to the cage and saying, "This is my octagon, you are not beating me today." But Gancho is fighting back with full force.
Indeed, we are aware that Gancho is struggling in the stamina department. You can see big drain there, but, you know, Unorthodox also similarly operating with about 50% of his stamina remaining. Talking about cardio, what do you think of Orthodox's management thus far?
I think he is at least better off than Gancho in every department when it comes to stamina, health, all places. I think this is his fight to lose, to be honest. Again, Gancho pull a fight out of his ass. He's not been able to do that in a while, but I think he has it in him. Same time, we will have something. We will probably disagree with me about 1,000% there.
Oh, Gancho eating a big hook. 10 seconds left in the second round. Have to think Unorthodox probably going to add another round to the bank in the judges' minds. Big midsection land to end that second round.
Nice round for B again. I think he got a couple of knockdowns with that leg kick, and also got brought with the hook, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely B's round. And Gancho, I think, needs a finish at the very least.
Finish has been on the mind the entire fight, seemingly. Gancho throwing every strike with as much power as the boss man could muster. We have speculated about whether or not that was the correct approach. Seemingly not unorthodox. Gancho, round 3 upon us.
Big Boy Boss is throwing a lot of bullshit so far. Oh, but that, oh my god.
Gancho having some success early in this third round, but the leg kicks are just too much. Unorthodox landing to that lead leg. This is the approach that I think Gancho needed to take. Pressure and go to the body. Land to the midsection with the knees, the body uppercuts. Things like that should be his prerogative. 4 minutes left. Gets the knockdown though.
Gancho needs a finish. His legs. Oh, the stamina train though.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Nearly.
Switch stances, Gancho, or you will get crippled up. Okay, good job.
Gancho going the rope right there when he was stunned. Eats another spinning elbow, knocks him down momentarily. 3:20 remain. Orthodox putting it all together. Could we see a finish soon?
I think so. We can, but if Gancho can still surprise him, so Unorthodox still needs to look out for every single thing that he throws.
B is becoming more repetitive with his elbows there.
Okay.
The boss man gets slumped midway through the third. LS Unorthodox finds the punch to end the night. Gancho unconscious. Bulgaria crying. Riots in the streets for Gancho is taking a nap in the middle of the octagon, Platzer.
He definitely did it. Oh, here he is.
That was a
Gancho.
good fight. I'll be honest,
Oh,
I don't know why I chose a kickboxer sniper. I had an idea what I'm supposed to do with this type of fighter, but when I started actually using him, that was honestly the first time I ever used this particular CAF. I realized that's not the best pick, and it is what it is.
Gancho, you could have fooled me. You seemed like you definitely had some time with that class. All the strikes that you were throwing were, as expected, creative and full of flavor. A lot of energy from you in the octagon. I know that that's always been your approach, but what do you think didn't work tonight for you?
Well, definitely the style, the fact that there's no elbows, the fact that the striking are kind of lunging all the time with this type of created fighter, this type of kickboxer, the fact that I wasn't actually able to utilize my reach, although I'm a reachy fighter with this particular CAF. I don't know, it just didn't feel like my type of fighter. And Charlie in the chat asking, is this Gancho Moroccan Lion? And if I was trying to be Moroccan Lion, if I look like I'm trying to be the Moroccan Lion, that's not right, guys. That wasn't my intention, but it is what it is. I had to use the best of this type of CAF, and just B was the better fighter, as you can see in the scorecards.
As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, you have so many good ideas on the feet, and I love seeing your brain work to try to find different combinations. But of course, ideas, when not implemented, are just kind of there, and LS Unorthodox was the one who really found the success moving on in this tournament. And I believe we have one fight left, Naveed, before we get to the quarterfinals.
It's going to be potentially, it has the potential to be a classic. AC fight between AI. Why am I talking so slow? It's Ak Gavin versus KIA Holloway, and this is going to be fireworks. This is going to be an exciting fight. I think in terms of these fighters bring to the table is an elite level of skill set, and these fighters are some of the best fighters. Not like, so there are levels to this game. This is something that we're all familiar with. These guys are in the upper echelon of that. They are like the creme de la creme, so to say. And we are going to witness something very, very interesting in this one. This could have been a final, but we have the pleasure of seeing this in the first round. let's see how it unfolds.
This is going to be a really good fight between my former teammate K. Holloway and Ak Gavin, the two boys. These boys are both really humble, really nice dudes, great players overall, and this is going to be a great fight. I really do believe so. So we'll get right to it, right? Let's just jump right into this one and see the magic happen in the cage.
Diving into the final fight on the opening round of fights for this tournament, and you can see there the KIA member has 2 existing wins over AK Gavin. Have to think when you've pitched a shutout up until this point, you're going to be pretty confident in your abilities, Naveed.
You have to be. This is not a place to be complacent at or have doubts about your skill set. You have to be confident, and you have to show everyone and yourself what you're all about.
Good work from K.A. Holloway early. Name says Ortega, unsure if he's operating on a different account, but K.A. Holloway landing to the midsection early.
Most definitely. And K. Holloway Ortega is a really crafty. He's crafty. He is a crafty dude. He's gonna do everything that you're not gonna expect. But if you read him, then it's gonna be maybe somewhat easier. But he still puts out a lot of stuff. But Gavin's an absolute machine too. So we're seeing already the two beasts colliding in the center of this octagon.
Couple minutes in so far, very closely contested. Have to mention AK Gavin, of course, one of the former champions, a standout on the UFC 4 competitive scene. One of the things that I love the most about AK Gavin is his heart, his courage, his will. I mean, this guy always fights, not to Moroccan Lion was just mentioned, but AK Gavin fights with the heart of a lion, never gives up on himself, even when he gets dragged into the deep waters.
Most definitely. And Gavin's I think he's using a kickboxer style. So, and I think Ortega's using a powerhouse, which is a boxer. Interesting pick, right? We're seeing interesting fights today, interesting styles. Oh,
AK
nicely
Gavin.
set up though. A lot of juice behind it though.
So far, only Proxer is being able to break the commentator's curse today. It's interesting to see a typical grappler in the face of Holloway, currently using his Ortega account, fighting Gavin, who is, I mean, in my opinion, more known of his striking than Holloway particularly. But Holloway is just doing better at this first round so far. He's keeping the center of the octagon at most of the times. He's doing more damage, and oh, look at that head kick! Almost got Gavin stunned, I meant to say.
It can even be a flash knockout like that.
A mention of AK Gavin's lead hand work. I talked about it earlier in the broadcast, but you know, this lead hand went to college. It's so educated with how he's throwing it, landing to the body, peppering to the face, check lefts, served on a silver platter. I love AK Gavin's approach with that lead hand. You can see here K. Holloway not giving him a second to breathe. 10 seconds left in this opening round, and boy, he's staying right in front of him.
Straight into the second. No time for discussions there.
Definitely no time for discussions. This is just a head-on fight. We're watching a beautiful. Ooh, what a kick! Phew. Beautiful step as well. I think he read a little bit of K.A. Ortega, K.A. Holloway. He read a little bit about him in the first round. It was the tester round, of course, and now we're seeing in the first 40 seconds a lot of improvement. But look at that!
Oh, big head kick blocked there. AK Gavin didn't set that one up. Good catch from Holloway. Gets the trip as well.
Looks like this is an MMA fight. MMA rules.
Oh.
But as long as they don't go to the ground, I think it should be fine. Although, Back on UFC 3, it was like the whole physics of the game was slightly different, whether it's stand and bank or MMA. But I believe on UFC 4 it doesn't really matter in terms of damage, stamina, preservation, footwork, and yeah, you know, stand and bank allows you to have more knockdowns and just recover and stand back up and get knocked down once again, where in MMA it just doesn't happen well. We'll see how this fight goes. Sorry, Ben.
No, AK Gavin is winging that roundhouse to the body, landing with so much power. Body kicks in general. I mean, look at what he is able to generate with turning those hips into KIA Holloway's ribs.
Ooh. Gavin almost did that one.
2 minutes left in this second round. Seems like it's turning into a chess match, right? It was a lot more of a firefight in the opening 5, but now each guy has cooled off a little bit and become more composed, Proxer.
Yeah, most definitely both of them have, you know...
I like how once we made the realization that this was under the MMA rule set, it appears that the competitors also made that realization as well. Trips have been abundant in this second round.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm sorry, I lagged out. I was about to say, both of them are looking really composed and putting a lot of, you know, tactics into the second round. Not seeing a lot of pressure, but we're seeing a lot of tactics, and that's what we like to see here. Guys reading each other and just doing what they can to win. Both of them are showing a courage to win right now. And good catch. But
Big jumping knee from KA Holloway. AK Gavin, head health not where you want to be. 15 seconds remain. Will KA Holloway push for the stoppage?
5 seconds left. He's still fit. Okay, good round. Good fight so far.
Good fight.
I don't want to curse anything anymore. Like you, man. You cursed before. I don't want to do that.
I know. I gotta stop talking. I'm AK Gavin versus KIA Holloway. Final round upon us. The next 5 minutes determines who will be the last member. AK Gavin
again.
down.
I believe it's 1-1 going into this one. So this last round is really, you know, an opener for everything else that leaves it to the judges. So we will see. But he got the early knockdown, so it'll be difficult to bounce back from that one.
We are a little oblivious to what Caio Ortega brings to the table, at least when it comes to his stamina and head health right now, but Gavin looks compromised.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it looks like Holloway is the one with more stamina. He looks... Oh, nice spinning heel kick, but too close of a distance. Not enough power, and look at that lead uppercut. Oh, and that's it.
AK Gavin out cold. KIA Holloway lands the massive uppercut midway through the third. What a KO that was, Naveed.
I think that was a critical mistake on Gavin's part. I think he ducked into that, but what a clutch uppercut that was. Beautiful performance by KIA Holloway. He is now the man to beat in this tournament.
What an uppercut from hell. Sends the AK member packing. Former champ Gavin unsuccessful today. KIA Holloway moves to the quarterfinals. And have to think, right, Naveed, as you mentioned, critical error. AK Gavin compromised, moving into the final 5 minutes. Proxer, you know, it was an interesting performance from AK Gavin.
It was an interesting performance from him. He did really well, I thought. He did really well, but, you know, Caio Ortega read him quicker and did a good job at utilizing that read, that code, and basically put on a great performance. And I want to congratulate KIA Holloway for that great performance right there.
And looks like we have come to the end of the round. What do you guys make of this first round? How did you see the action unfold? I'll start with you, Bane.
I think that every single fight delivered. Every competitor came to play today with all of their toys and truly put on a performance. You know, Proxer, Gancho, Naveed, all of you guys did compete, of course, in your own respective bouts. And you know, I just love the energy that we're having today. It seems that without too much on the line, right? Bragging rights and street cred are certainly things that you want to fight for. But, you know, with money tournaments, the intentions are a little bit skewed, right? It's a financial grab. But these guys, everybody today is fighting for the love of fighting. And I think that that's been apparent in every single bout.
Yeah, I would like to expand on that. Sorry, Proxer. Carry on.
Oh, okay. So I was about to say, yeah, it means quite a lot to win a tournament like this because it's one of, you know, the best players out there, and you get to see who's the most superior striker and the most superior technician out of all. So you do get bragging rights and also respect amongst these great players, right? So it's gonna be a great fight overall, and I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen between them two.
I just wanted to expand on what Dane was saying over there, because at the end of the day, this is the first time I'm involved in something like this. Again, a lot of support from all of you in the commentary booth, Gancho in the background, and all the competitors. They've all been extremely supportive when it comes to this initiative, and I believe this is truly a start of something magical if we carry on supporting each other. The stream so far has gone without a hitch, and that's what we are looking for. A lot of community support, a lot of love, and a lot of street cred on the line. And maybe moving forward, we will have something tangible to show for.
Most definitely.
Oh, Naveed, this is something tangible. I have to say, feels very tangible to me, at least. These punches are almost hitting me through the screen. Boy, in the commentary booth, I'm feeling the power that all of these kickboxer acrobats, kickboxer sniper, boxer powerhouse, all of these punches are kind of touching me.
Yeah, there's one more shout out that I have to give before we proceed with the next fight, as you can see on the screen. A shout out to my friend Fahad. He produced a banger track for this event, specifically for this event, actually. So a shout out to Fahad for creating music for us, and we're looking forward to hearing more of his tunes on GameKheyl streaming.
The
Now we get to see-
quarterfinals. Sorry, Proxer, continue.
now we get to see, you know, BMF Stoyan, fellow teammate, fellow brother, just a great man overall. He is gonna go at it. I believe this is gonna be another banger fight between Mad Rise and him. This is just gonna be another stand up war, and you know, BMF represent. Today we're doing pretty good so far, so we'll see. Mad Rise is not one to sleep on, definitely.
Definitely made me sleep with that kick. Yeah, Ving.
Oh, Naveed, it was a quick nap. You got a couple Z's, but baby, you're back. And, you know, talking about sleeping, somebody will likely go unconscious. 205 light heavyweight, tons of power in these punches.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why we picked that specific weight. Not a lot of exploitation that could be done with calves. And so far, it's looking like it's paid off pretty well for us.
Big 1-2 lands for Stoyan. Early Mad Rise pressuring like he did before, but finding a little bit more resistance from the BMF member.
Ooh.
A lot of straight punches
Doing
so
some
far. A
beautiful
lot of block
straights so
breaking.
far. He is not
I
expecting
agree.
that.
Stoyan taking his time moment by moment in the cage, just wanting to draw out the reactions of Mad Rise. I think he's doing a great job of waiting and mitigating the damage, so he's not taking a ton, taking a little, but he's seeing a lot.
Ooh, Stoyan, though. Oh my god,
Wow.
Stoyan.
What
What
a
was that?
combination from Stoyan. Absolutely processed everything he's been seeing and implemented it perfectly. Incredible moment 2 minutes into this fight.
BMF Stoyan is just doing an absolute beast job so far. Jesus Christ, the combination out of heaven right there. Wow. What's that?
Great head movement as well, just sort of ducking slightly out of the way. This is a game of inches, not miles. Stoyan understands that perfectly. However, Mad Rise, as we've mentioned, really good with those straight shots, the 1-2s, and just down the pipe has been effective for him.
Ooh. Keeping the distance, pressuring, keeping the distance. They're just doing the same thing over and over again, and somebody's going to utilize on that really fast and finish the fight really quick, I think. So we'll see. Oh.
Oh, big danger! What an uppercut! Mad Rise is coming back. Stoyan needs to be very careful because looks like Mad Rise is reading a lot of his moves. He's definitely not the more active fighter. He's waiting for Stoyan to throw a strike and then counter strike him. And this is the game in the stand and bang mode. You need to kind of be the more patient fighter, but not too much, so you don't get overwhelmed and put in the corner. But Mad Rise is just doing a great job right now. At the same time, Stoyan coming back to it with only 30 seconds. Oh, look at that! That was about to be a slip uppercut. I was seeing that, but maybe Mad Rise was too far.
Gotcha. Sometimes you get put in the corner, other times you get put in the ground. Mad Rise throwing with lethal intentions. 5 seconds remaining in this opening round. Closely contested. Each guy had their moments. Naveed, what do you make of the first 5?
Yeah, I think that significant moment for Mad Rise is going to be pivotal in this one. He's got very good movement. He has shown that consistently. I believe Stoyan also with his own knockdown. This is a very even fight, at least to my amateur eyes. But again, second round, I think we might see a finish here. I think the action is too intense to proceed to the third.
I'd like to actually emphasize on a different topic. It's actually real-world UFC related. Look at the gloves that Stoyan is having on his CAF. Why not put in something like that in UFC and all the MMA sports? Bruce Lee was the one who actually invented this style of gloves. And oh, look at that, slip straight.
Big slip straight.
No stamina.
Gloves definitely hit hard.
I think it's going to, those type of gloves can help with the eye pokes. It's also better for, in UFC MMA gloves, you can actually hit with your inner knuckles, kind of. They're exposed, so you can cut someone with that when your full hand is covered. And that's
it's definitely an interesting conversation to have. Eye pokes and that accidental occurrence is one of the most devastating things that could happen in MMA, right? Ruined the main event, Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. We lost that because of an accidental eye poke. I believe Trevor Whitman has gloves that he's crafted, which are great with it. I think Cage Warriors also has gloves that are more curved at the end and not exposed. I believe that that's the way to do it. But either way, Stoyan getting to work here with that head kick.
Nice thing. Oh, beautiful. Spinning back fist.
Both of them seem to be in this fight. Both of them seem to do a really good job at managing distance and managing pressure too. Both of them are doing a really good job at everything that's happening on the floor right now. So I'm expecting more of this going into the third. If it goes to the third, I'm not gonna curse anything. So if it goes to the third, this is gonna be it's gonna be great. Oh my god, that slip. Stoyan's such a great technician, man. He's
So
really
good with
good.
that head movement, as established, really great operating just out of the way of strikes coming towards him. But again, Mad Rise is not somebody who's going to stop after missing 1, 2, 3 strikes. He's somebody who's going to keep going. Big 1-2.
And there you go. That's what you just said. Keep going. And he is keep going and throwing those punches to the face. Wow.
And that's what you got to respect about a guy like Mad Rise. It's a competitor who, he's not throwing wild strikes. He's not throwing anything trying to get you out of there. He's keeping it simple. Big spinning back fist for Mad Rise.
Less than a minute
Wow.
to the round. Are we going
Talk
to see some
about-
more pressure by Stoyan? Can he try and finish the fight? because I'm not sure what the stamina bar of Mad Rise is, but Stoyan's stamina bar is going down, and with it the power that he. Oh, but look at that rear uppercut, the slip back uppercut. That's what I was talking about earlier today.
And again, as mentioned, everybody has had their moments in this fight. However, have to think Mad Rise doing such good work in the concluding minute that he probably stole this round, Naveed.
I think so.
Yep. I think he had more meaningful offense, and those. Look at that beautiful spinning elbow or fist, hurt him completely. I think Stoyan needs to be very mindful of the craftiness that Mad Rise brings to the table.
Have to think the ref could have called it with how Stoyan fall right on the face, but you can see here coming out with aggression. Final five between us, the first fight of the quarterfinals, Stoyan versus Mad Rise. Good body work from Stoyan, and then good slip as mentioned. Big moment there.
Stoyan's having a tough job so far, but he's doing good. Both of them are doing good.
Live and die by the rear uppercut. Stoyan landed a second. Stoyan closes the show. First minute of the third round in a fight that was getting out of his hands. Claims it back and puts Mad Rise to sleep.
This is how you take the fight. Pick it up from the scruff of the neck.
Wow.
Absolutely blow the fish out of the water with that. Look at that.
The strike that,
space.
the spinning back fist, the strike that deadened Stoyan in the second round proved to be the downfall of Mad Rise. Proxer, your take on that fight?
Oh my god, that was just beautiful work by my great teammate. Just absolute beautiful striking. Well, he was having some problems, but he adjusted and finished the fight in that beginning minute of the third round, and absolutely did a beautiful job. And Mad Rise, respect to you too, did a great job at striking with one of the best strikers in the world. Just beautiful work. Now I'm gonna have to leave you boys. I'll see you soon. going to fight.
I have torn emotions for this next one. One of my campmate and one of my very good friends, Mr. Luke Duffy, going up against my fellow commentator BMF Proxer. I'll try to be extremely unbiased in this one, but what a fight this is going to be. Your thoughts on this?
Can't wait for it. I think Proxer proved a lot of people wrong in his opening fight to this tournament, came out and just did what Proxer does. But again, as mentioned, a very difficult challenge in front of him. One thing to take note of, zero existing history between both of these gentlemen. This will be the first time that they face off, Naveed.
And, stylistically, it seems to me at least, they're very similar. And again, they came against very game opponents and absolutely all of them in their own way. But for Proxy, I think it was more of a struggle, but against a very game opponent. But I believe Luke's momentum, something to look forward to. At the same time, Proxer's class and his ability to understand his opponent and then decimate them is nothing to be underestimated. So again, I don't know how this one's going to unfold. I'm just excited to see it.
Absolutely agree with you. Violence anticipated, fireworks expected. Kickboxer Sniper versus Kickboxer Sniper. We've talked a little bit about the top moves that are attached with this archetype. I want to move towards the health category that is within this CAF pick. Cardio, 3.5 stars. Chin, 3.5 stars. Body, 3.5 stars. Legs, 4 stars. And you got a 4-star recovery. So there are decent statistics, 4.5 stars overall for the health. But if I am a betting man, that cardio is going to be the downfall of one of these gentlemen.
I agree, and I think whoever invests in the body early will find success in this one.
Trials War getting started quickly, landing to the body with that roundhouse. Man, these guys are fast.
They look like flyweights here.
Trading leg kicks. Proxer lands with the 2. Trials War gets out of that one.
Looks like Proxer's jab is beating Luke straight very easily. That once again.
Well, You know, what we've talked about earlier is applicable here as well. At range, Proxer seems to be the one that's having more success, but when it gets in the pocket, that's where things start to go downhill. Eats a shot there and falls to the ground.
That's what we saw in the first fight for Proxer. He struggled a bit with his back against the cage.
Absolutely
Luke is
backing
not-
up linearly and not really moving lateral. A true problem potentially if capitalized on. Let's see if Trials War has the tools to, you know, make the most of the opportunities that Proxer's giving him.
Of all the fights that I've seen, I think this is going exactly what I expected with, because Luke's not really known for his pressure style, but eats a spinning, spinning fist to the head.
Man, those spinning shots are so quick and not very telegraphed, do so much damage. But Trials War, right, still in this, a very, very close round and doing some good damage. You can see he's wearing Proxer out a little bit.
Definitely. And ooh, Proxer. Looks like Proxer kind of ran out of gas there.
Proxer needs to adjust the tactics in the sense of the spinning moves. They just dump the stamina too much for my taste. If not set up properly, they can truly be the beginning of the end. Good catch of the kick there from Proxer.
And body work is going to be pivotal in this fight.
Trials War is doing such a good job of capitalizing on the mistakes of Proxer's offense, right? Anytime that a kick doesn't land, that check right hook comes right over the top and lands on the chin. Great knee from Trials there.
This is exactly what he did against Ungodly in his fight. He waited for his moment and then absolutely unloaded combination after combination.
Oh, great head movement there from Trials War. Gets the slip, gets the rock. Proxer in trouble.
Same
10
time,
seconds
Luke.
left.
Good on Luke to move backwards at the right time. Dump his
These
stamina.
guys definitely had an interesting first round. Stamina likely an issue on all fronts here. But Naveed, what do you suggest to both of these guys in this next 5 minutes?
Honestly, don't know what to say. I think for Proxer, he needs to be more measured with his strikes, because he's dumping a lot of stamina with those kicks that are not really yielding him the result that he needs. At the same time, I believe what's working for Luke is more pressure-based tactics. He's moving forward. When he's pressing forward, he's getting better opportunities to impose his will. So I believe more pressure for Luke, and like I said, a little more patience, a little more calculation for Proxer.
Have to completely agree with you. You know, I think that leading the dance is so important when you have a style like each of these gentlemen, right? It's picking your shots, it's being selective, and if you're the one that's dictating the pace, that's the difference. That's the edge that you can have. 3:50 left in the second round.
It looks like the connection between these two fighters might be an issue. A lot of whiff kicks that generally don't happen at this level. We might be having some connection issues. I'm not sure. We'll get to know that at the end of the fight.
The ping, I believe, was in the 200s. Looked like a yellow circle instead of a green one, I think. But either way, each guy having a lot of success.
Agree. And 200 is actually a very good ping. Ask me, I'm from Pakistan. It's a good day
Proxer.
when it's in 200s. Ooh,
Staying
nice
right in
combinations
front.
by Luke.
You know, good work there from both gentlemen. Knees are landing on all sides. However, I wanted to... Proxer,
Mistake.
big missed!
That was a big mistake from Proxer. Is he going to pay dearly for it? Survives.
He already has. Even if Trials War didn't capitalize and get the finish, that stamina just plummeted, and you got to think the damage that he just took could be substantial. Oh! Proxer with another big whiff on the ropes. Bodies hurting, heads hurting. Trials War coming forward. 90 seconds left in the second round.
This is kind of a carbon copy of what we saw in his first fight. It's excellent work from Luke. Probably the best I've seen him fight. I've known him.
This it's such a calculated performance. Proxer stunned again. 1 minute remains. Will Proxer survive to the final 5, eating so many body kicks? Wow. Proxer weathering the storm, lands the big overhand partially through the guard, but Trials War is just pulling away with this fight. You can see jabbing off the face of Proxer, the commentator, fighting as well, eating a lot of damage as we approach the final seconds of the second round. Oh!
Look at that.
Wow.
Saved by the bell, literally.
That is such a tough ending sequence to the second round for Proxer. Needs dearly to make some adjustments. Trials War likely going to get the stoppage within this 5 minutes.
At the same time,
Oh,
you're someone as skilled as Proxer. You will look to find a way. Will you?
body is gone for Proxer. Midsection busted, ribs are bleeding. It's only going to take a couple. Trials War needs to just stay composed.
There's a sense of inevitability in this one.
Ooh. Proxer on the ropes, eats another kick. Body is no longer there. Good block with the hands, but it is truly just not a if, but a when. Trials War pressing forward, lands the lead hook, knocks Proxer down.
Proxer playing the role of Rocky in this one.
Definitely a Balboa moment. Can Proxer somehow rally? I don't see it occurring. Eats another hook on the ropes. He's dead. He's gone. Put him in the body bag. Proxer has been eliminated. Trials War. It was close until it wasn't, and he takes out the commentator in the quarterfinals.
I think this is probably the most dominant performance I've seen so far. Absolute demolition against, again, a very, very game opponent in Proxer who just beat Aaron in the last round. How about that, guys?
Aaron suggesting his thoughts in the chat. I can't believe I lost to Proxer. I played him in ranked and butchered him. Every dog has its day, Aaron. It is what it is. Proxer not successful in the quarterfinals, will not be advancing, but truly a performance that he shouldn't hang his head about. As mentioned, it was a close fight until it wasn't. And at the end of the day, that's, I think, all that you can ask for. Have a good fight. If I'm going to lose, I want to lose in a banger, Naveed.
Absolutely, and I believe that's exactly what
There you go.
Aaron and Proxer should have. Hey, Proxer.
Proxer,
Hello.
welcome back. Unfortunate loss there, unsuccessful to move forward, but still a good fight nonetheless. What was your take on that performance?
Absolutely, that was a clean performance by my opponent. It was obviously I did some mistakes, and I regretted them. I obviously in the first second that I fucked up. Beautiful performance by him, and was just an absolute beautiful work by my opponent. I have to congratulate him on that beautiful performance.
I want to ask a quick question about one of the moves that you went to somewhat frequently, right? The spinning back kick to the body was it was a nice tool in your arsenal. However, in that fight, didn't seem to land as much as you wanted. Did you think maybe to change up the tactic and discontinue throwing it, or were you committed to just trying to get it to land?
Well, I basically, when I threw it like 3 times, and then I missed the 2 times, and I got caught. I was basically thinking I'm not gonna throw that anymore. Excuse me. Just got caught. It is what it is. This is just a beautiful tournament. Nothing to be mad about. Obviously, this is just a great tournament, and hats down to my fellow opponent.
Absolutely phenomenal fight, Proxer. Good to have you back in the booth. Onwards and upwards to the next fight in the quarterfinals, Naveed.
We have Lone Wolf versus AK Pressure. This is again a fight that I believe putting the best against the best. That's kind of the point of the tournament, so to say. But what a performance from Lone Wolf in that first round against a game opponent in Ben Middleton. And now he's facing an exceptional opponent in AK Pressure. What are your thoughts on this fight? Proxer, I'll start with you first.
Well, Pressure and these are just both gonna be pressuring, like one of the names. Both of these men are gonna pressure and just go at it, basically, just go crazy, and absolutely just probably try to dismantle. So we'll see what happens, but it definitely won't be easy for either of these guys. It'll be really, really tough. So we'll see.
Yeah, I
It's
just
gonna
said
watch
that
pretty
pressure
well.
likes to, yeah, pressure beats pressure. Let's see whose pressure is more successful and who succumbs the pressure. Bane, what about you?
I think that it's just at this level, the tests only get harder, especially as this tournament continues, as Proxer mentioned. But hey, tests are meant to be passed. AK Pressure doing some good work here in the first minute. I love how AK Pressure is intercepting the large strikes of Lone Wolf. If Lone Wolf's trying to throw a big kick, AK Pressure is going to throw a simple two, right? A simple jab. Something that will just kind of interrupt the movement, but also land some damage.
The style that Lone Wolf has deployed is not something a lot of people are very fond of, but if it's working, it's effective. To just with it.
Another
At the same
good
time,
two from AK Pressure off of the whiff of Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf's stamina is looking like it may become an issue. At the same time, there's a Pressure's stamina is a little on the lower side, but he's landed more damage.
Good catch there from Wolf. Gets the flying knee, though, from Pressure. And that's such cognizant defense right there. AK Pressure truly dialed in this fight. Gets whoa, huge knockdown.
Wow.
That is a beautiful sequence there from AK Pressure. Something that he's been setting up all fight, utilizing that straight so effective. Wow.
That'll be back in a quick second.
Lone Wolf knocked down again. This opening round not going his way, Proxer.
Definitely not going his way. He's trying to find different variations to beat the pressure, but it's not working really well right now. Throwing those crazy kicks is definitely not going to work. So he needs to change up his style, but it's going to be hard now because he has, like, most definitely he has no... He's going to run out of stamina. That's what's going to happen if he's going to be throwing those kicks and missing. But he needs to get in the pocket, throw knees, throw elbows, throw whatever he has in his arsenal, and just try to catch him off guard. Try to catch him in a comfortable position.
AK Pressure doing a great job of staying patient. Final minute of the opening round upon us, and it seems that this fight is going completely his way.
Oh, miss
Big
kick.
miss there from Lone Wolf. Again, as we've talked about, if you're dedicated to throwing the big strikes and the flashy moments, you need to set them up. It is imperative that you don't throw it naked because it is so easy to get out of the way with how telegraphed it is, Proxer.
Yeah, most definitely. Both of these men are throwing a lot of power strikes, but, AK Pressure is just, doing a lot. And just punching a lot more and landing a lot more, and just being more accurate with all his combinations and strikes that he has thrown. And he is not missing, he is landing, so we definitely see the stamina difference. He needs to utilize that body to get the stamina even more down. And if I'm Lone Wolf, I need to get in there and try to punish him.
Oh, punishing seems to be on the line. Lands a great hook 30 seconds into this second round, and Lone Wolf is taking a different approach.
Those knees not looking as effective as it did in the first round.
Check left into the straight lance. Crumples Lone Wolf again. AK Pressure showing the levels to this game. Look at Lone Wolf's head health so early on in this second round. Accumulated. I think everybody wanted a word there.
Nice
Leg kick lands for Lone Wolf. Have to think though, right? Oh, that could have been it. Big 2 sits Lone Wolf down again. AK pressure getting to work. 3 remain in the second round, and you can see he's just feeling it in that octagon. Big check left also lands.
It looks like he's seen through what's under that mask for Wolf there, and absolutely tormenting him.
Slip straight does land for Lone Wolf, but too little too late. Floored again, body's hurting. AK pressure mixing it up. Wow! Gets the KO stoppage. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remain in that second round, but it wasn't needed. AK pressure gets the finish.
Oh, AK pressure with the steps and treatment. What a performance.
And you know, if I'm AK pressure, boy, I might start looking at baseball because he just pitched a shutout.
Yeah, but that's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So far, this has been probably one of the more one-sided fights that we've seen in the tournament, and I believe that's a testament to what AK pressure brings to the table.
Absolutely agree with you, Naveed. And it's so concerning for the other combatants that we have because when you look at it, right, trials are... All right, boys, the night out is still hitting me hard.
Looks like Stoyan is going to face Trials War in the first semifinal, and then AK Pressure is going to fight the winner between LS Unorthodox, the guy who gave me the best fight, and Holloway, one of the best fighters in the world.
Still so much action left to be seen in the GameKheyl tournament. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider. Helps the channel grow and flow and put on bigger broadcasts in the future.
Thank you for that, Bane. And it's the business end of the second round. We are flowing in this tournament, and who we have is Mr. Biru doing against KIA Holloway. I believe this fight is going to be another interesting one because we saw a lot of technical striking from KIA Holloway, and the counterpunching style of B might be... I don't know how it's going to play out because he likes to throw those elbows and a lot of spinning stuff. At the same time, he likes to kind of feed off what his opponent is doing. So I think this might be a chess match that may turn into a brawl or a simple game of Monopoly as it happens in the families. The boards get flipped. I think that's going to be one of those situations.
Once the shoe drops, the hands start flying. Have to agree with you because sometimes that's just what happens, right? You have a close chess match and you like to feel things out, but at some point in time, you make eye contact with your opponent. You say, you know what? We're just going to throw.
Well, this is going to be a great fight. I definitely believe we're going to see a masterclass versus masterclass, so let's get ready to see this amazing fight.
By the way, it's just a guess. I think the name of B's CAF is Way, but I think the first name is Do You Know? It's you. Oh, it's Do You Know the Way, actually. Never mind.
Unorthodox looking to enlighten and show the path. KIA Holloway thinks he knows it. Let's see who's victorious. Great jumping knee off the rim.
Okay, Holloway really confident, I see. Don't let that confidence get to your head. Needs to focus on LS Unorthodox striking and his beautiful technical, crispy hooks that he always throws. So let's see.
Every time B tries to enter the pocket, he's eating those short punches, like 3 or 4 of them. He should be careful.
Oh, could have been big right there. KIA Holloway almost had it. Unorthodox could have been caught dip into the body. Will say one thing. I love how Unorthodox is moving right now. He gets back to that black line, and he's moving left or right. He's being very lateral, not being very straight. Great jumping kick to the body there.
Ooh, those knees are doing damage.
Holloway investing in the midsection early. Unorthodox returns the favor. Oh. Oh, spinning elbow. something that we know and love. Unorthodox catches Holloway with it here. 2:30 left in this opening round.
This is definitely going. This is going pretty even so far. Both of them are doing pretty well. I think LS Unorthodox has this round so far, but it can all change. I won't curse anything, so it can definitely still all change. And both of them are bringing a great fight so far.
Oh, Holloway pushing forward here offensively, leaving it all out. Unorthodox eats the hook after a big whiff.
Can't do
Big
those
mistake
whips.
there from B.
And that's what we've talked about so much in this tournament up until this point, capitalizing on the errors of your opponent. Holloway doing a beautiful job of making the most of every opportunity.
Looks like Holloway is growing into this fight and kind of now he now has B on the back foot. Same time, good movement from B to protect himself and not get pinned against the cage.
Oh, another spinning elbow floors K. Holloway.
This may be one of those fights with flash KOs. Far the CAFs have been looking like they can get hit by a truck and they'll still stand up and move. They've taken a lot of shots tonight.
Oh, a bullet wouldn't even stop any of these gentlemen. Doesn't matter where you put it. However, we'll say 10 seconds left in this opening round, Proxer, and the stamina on both sides is a little worse for wear.
Oh, gets caught right there. Well, I would say that round went to Unorthodox just because of more stuns, more rocks. So, yeah, the first round I would definitely give to Unorthodox, but Kia Ortega is doing a good job at utilizing every single mistake that Unorthodox is doing. So we'll see more of that probably.
Great spinning kick to the body lands there for Unorthodox, but you have to think those are the big moments that his opponent, K. Holloway, is waiting for. Oh, check left into the rear uppercut. Holloway putting it together early in this second round.
He's relying a little too much on those knees and elbows.
The body health of Unorthodox is going down, so is his stamina. Needs to stay away
Good
from the
thing.
cage.
Good fight so far, great fight.
Because we saw earlier.
In my chat with B earlier, before the tournament started, he thought this was not a CAF tournament and he wanted to pick Adesanya. I think so far, the way his CAF is fighting, he's trying to deploy the similar strategy.
Think so, yeah, I would agree with that.
Wasn't able to use Adesanya, so he became his own Adesanya. Landed that body kick effectively there.
If that knee lands, it's gonna stun Ortega.
Oh! 1-2
That was
down the
just-
middle, and Orthodox. Oh, Orthodox is down!
No doubts about that one.
And whoever messaged him, you're a dick. You can see that he's fighting, don't do that.
I was just going to
Let's
say
see.
that.
Don't do that between fights, it's a dick move.
Oh,
But,
big check
utilizing
left lands
Jesus.
for Holloway. Great work to the body there. 2 minutes remain in the second round.
Oh my god, okay. That kick.
Oh,
I think it's just a matter of one punch. One big
B looks worse for wear in this one.
Oh, can he utilize now?
Oh!
Those three-punch
He can.
That
those
was
three-punch combos or piece combos do not do well with low stamina.
that was a
Most
Michael
definitely do.
Chandler 2 to the body, 3 upstairs. Unorthodox ate it a bit better than Hooker did, but not eating this well. Getting pieced up. 1 minute remains. Will Holloway get the stoppage? Pouring it on. He wants the finish. 50 seconds.
This
Lot of
is
time on his
oh,
hands.
It's gonna be
Pinning
over in
B against the
30.
cage.
Surviving. That
This is
movement,
it.
right? That lateral movement that we talked
It's
about
gonna
is
be over
eliminated.
now. Just look. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Connected that one.
KIA Holloway absolutely slumps LS Unorthodox. The movement master moved his way right into that check right hook and ended his tournament dreams.
Most definitely. That was a crazy performance and a crazy flurry right there. To finish the fight off and absolutely flatline him. Fell on his face. Where are you at, John McCartney or whoever's reffing this fight? Absolute. Just amazing. That was just an amazing fight. A beautiful performance by K.I. Holloway.
And one of those things where, of course, no follow-up strikes were needed. Unorthodox out cold midway through that round.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to the semifinals. And you know what? We have four different individuals representing four camps. We got Warriors with Luke, we got BMF with Stoyan, we got AK with Pressure, and KIA with Holloway. I think this actually goes to show how the camp system has actually developed some of the best fighters in the community, and at the same time, fights are we going to witness now? We've seen absolute slobber knockers so far, with all the fighters that are here well worthy of their positions right now. And again, for the first one, we are seeing Stoyan versus Mr. Luke Duffy, aka Trials War. What are your predictions for this one?
Go first, Ben.
Have to think, right? I always look to the existing history and rivalry between competitors. Trials War does have 2 victories over Stoyan. Stoyan yet to become the victor over Trials War. With that in mind, I'm also kind of reflecting on Stoyan's performance in this tournament, and he's done nothing but impress. So if I'm going to make a prediction, I have to back the BMF Stoyan.
Most definitely. Stoica needs to bring the BMF to the BMF team this victory in this tournament and take it all, because he is an absolute machine, and I believe he's going to do so, because he poses the biggest threat to everyone. He's one of the best strikers in the world for a reason. He's a machine, great crafty player, and will fight a guy that decimated me. Trials. Both of these guys are really good fighters, and we're gonna see a great fight between these two men, and beautiful performance by someone in the later rounds. I think that's what's gonna happen.
We're only left with 3 more fights in this one. About it.
The
Draw
end
versus
of the
war.
tournament is near. The victor will be crowned soon. But before we get to that ultimate conclusion, it's time for Stoyan versus Trials War. Stoyan looking, as he has this entire tournament, composed, patient, and ready for some violence. Good duck there from Trials. Stoyan pressuring early, being right in the face of Trials War. Big miss there from Trials.
That's what you don't want to see right there. Doing that, don't do that. You will get caught. Don't do that to Stoyan. I didn't read that off of you, but Stoyan will really quickly, and that's already a read. Look at that.
Oof.
So there are few who are better at capitalizing on moments within fights, as Stoyan is. Really just completely squeezes the absolute most he can out of any opportunity.
Absolutely. Stoyan's doing the pullback of Saul Canelo Alvarez. He was doing that pullback and trying to utilize that uppercut right to the face, like Canelo did to Billy Joe Saunders. So he is just trying to utilize that movement of his.
And we all know
might see a broken
Joe had some facial reconstruction. I think David was about to mention the orbital bone was cracked.
Oh,
Yeah, we might see some orbital bones cracked in this one as well. Nice body work by Luke. That's where he is invested.
Oh, great moment there from Trials War. Oh, big uppercut. As mentioned, the pullback seems to be the strategy. Stoyan pushing Trials War back to the cage.
Absolutely, Stoyan, go get it. Stoyan / Canelo. Beautiful strikes to the body though by War. So we're seeing a good matchup so far.
And good defense from Stoyan, right? He's able to read where the strikes are directed to and blocks accordingly. Great slit And rip right there. Big miss. Oh, huge miss. Trials War. The opportunity he's been waiting for.
This is a carbon copy of what we saw in the last fight. Capitalization by Luke. But he eats a straight and gets rocked.
Stoyan passes out momentarily.
He does. Most definitely does. Gas out right there. Doing too much strikes, too many punches, too many kicks. Getting that gas low. He is doing that, and he is in trials is utilizing that like he did against me. So he can't get overconfident and throw too much and then expect a reward, because he will not get a reward. He'll get a punch to the face and get set down to the floor. So he needs to look out. Look at that.
Talk about getting sat down. Trials War almost met the mat again. 30 seconds left in this opening round.
Look at the stamina of Todorov right now. Sorry, Stoyan. But oof.
And you can see that at range, Trials connecting on the chin of Stoyan, pushing the BMF member back. What a crazy pace that has been set in the first 5 minutes.
That round is actually pretty hard to score, considering the action that we've seen. Yes, this is what you expect in a semi-final in a tournament like this. Looks more comfortable in this one.
Talking about comfort, nothing is more comfortable than eating shots from Trials War to the ribs. Great work to the midsection there. Trials War slowing down the pace and being more selective in the striking department. Oh, good kick there to the body. Eats hook, though, to the head for it. Trials War gets the worst of that exchange, but Stoyan doesn't have the gas to put the pedal to the metal. Proxer, what are you making of the cardio?
The cardio is looking really bad on his side, but we can see that he can still finish the fight. Utilize, but we will see. Oh, this is looking really good, though. Really, really good.
Luke turned it around in pretty quickly in this one. Like Stoyan was the favorite heading into the second round, but look at that.
Have to agree with you. It does feel like there's a momentum change, but it changes again. The tide consistently turns. Stoyan still in this fight. 2 minutes 10 remain in the second round. Trials.
Wow! We were talking about the body work of Trials War, and I'll tell you something, guys. Someone gave a tip to Stoyan in the chat that Trials is going to the body after rocking him, after throwing an uppercut, and he definitely capitalized on it. What a work by Stoyan there. Look at that uppercut. Rear uppercut right on the money.
Perfect timing, as Mike Tyson would say. Nothing but power. Look at the bobble on that head. Completely dismantled Trials War. Perfect moment, as Gancho suggested. He read it like a book. Trials dipped. That's the time for an uppercut. And you have to think, we were just suggesting that Stoyan was potentially moving towards losing that fight. The momentum had felt like it shifted, but Proxer, it shifted back.
It definitely did shift back. That was this is really good. So far, this fight is really good. It was really good. I mean, it was just, beautiful performance.
With that, Stoyan moves to the final. About that, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about his record in cage rage earlier, and you know what? He's come back, and he's come back with a bang, defeating some of the best players in the world to claim his place in the final. And he is going to face the winner, AK Pressure versus KIA Holloway. It's going to be another exciting fight. Your thoughts on that, Proxer?
My thoughts are gonna be that if Holloway wins, because he's probably the favorite by many. If Holloway wins this, then it will be BMF Stoyan versus Holloway, and it will be an absolute banger. But if Pressure wins, it will be BMF Stone versus AK Pressure, and it's going to be another banger. So we're looking at banger fights for the finals right now. So let's go down to the fight. Let's break down the fight. AK Pressure versus Holloway. This is going to be really technical, and if Holloway utilizes every single thing like he did in the previous fights, he will win this. He will win with ease if he does the same things as he did. So we will see what happens, and we'll definitely
Unsure. They are currently hovering in that middleweight division. I don't know if they need to be. Obviously, at 205, we'll let
Yeah,
Nacho or
they have to be they have to be light heavyweight. I think someone
all
needs
right.
to communicate that to him.
Pressure Holloway have to move up a division before you can throw down. However, you see no rivalry between these. This will be the first time that AK Pressure and KIA Holloway have met.
definitely, this will be great.
Yeah, they've changed it on them.
And you can see Boxer Pressure on one side. The statistics for Boxer Pressure are an interesting one. You know, you have the punch speed and the blocking ability, but the switch stance isn't really there. So in the event that you're taking a lot of leg kicks, a lot of damage downstairs, you might be at a disadvantage, Naveed.
I agree. You have to really be sure of what you're capable of. Use those tools to your advantage. Again, this is a semi-final. The measurement of complacency is in a matter of centimeters, if not inches. So, like just we saw in the last fight against Luke, what Luke ended up getting, he looked like he was going to get some success, and Stoyan came with that vicious uppercut to end the fight. And look at that, this fight, right off the bat, as BMF Proxer said, is going to be technical, and that's what we're looking at.
Absolutely, and these guys are swinging volume early. 420 remain, and I feel like I've already seen 100 strikes.
Most definitely. He's in goal, both of them.
Sort of identical physically. Some would say very similar. Most notable difference, of course, is the shorts. White on one side, black on the other. This fight is for the finals. Oh! Big moment from Holloway. AK Pressure. A little bit of rope-a-dope right there. Moving backwards and drifting in and out of the shots.
Beautiful work by Holloway.
Typical pressure style by Pressure. Looks like there's some lag. I don't know if it's on the stream or in the fight. Looks like they're not too bothered by it, so maybe just the stream there.
Maybe.
This is hopefully not going to take anything away from the skill set. Oh yeah, it looks like there's some lag because they're waiting for it to pass away. Sometimes this is the decision. When there's lag, just give your opponent some time. It's better to fight a fight on even grounds and just waste some seconds of the first round or whatever round it is that you're experiencing lag, than to just go for it and either get knocked out or knock your opponent out in a vulnerable position. But looks like the lag has settled and it's all good right now. 1 minute and 40 seconds until the end of the first round. Pressure knows how to create distance and knows how to pressure in the right time. Whether Holloway is going to be able to utilize that, we'll see now.
90 seconds left in this opening round, and as suggested, this one is living up to the expectations. Each guy taking a very calculated approach to the striking. Of course, with the lag, there is a bit more patience displayed and maybe a reduction in the action, but the shots that everybody is landing, Proxer, are just so technical.
Yeah, the punches that both of these men are landing are really technical. They're calculating every single strike that they're throwing. Now, I think KO Ortega is doing a better job at throwing punches and landing. Pressure's doing a good job too, but both of them basically doing a great job at utilizing every single thing that the opposite opponent did wrong, and just landing right on that chin or right on those ribs. So basically a really technical fight and a beautiful work by both of these dudes.
Great opening round. Have to think that it would likely go to, I believe Holloway was the one who had the stun earlier in the round.
Nice footwork by Pressure. You can trick your opponent a lot by just moving back and forth or just sideways, just creating a pattern of movement that your opponent thinks that you're going to engage in. Sometimes between those movements back and forth, you can throw a strike and really surprise your opponent with a nice combo. I think this is...
That sounds like...
Oh, look at that rear uppercut. Oh, and he dropped him. Pressure almost ducked into it.
The stream.
Oh. AK Pressure feeling the thunder from KIA Holloway.
Most definitely. Both of these men are throwing a lot of punches so far. It's a great night so far, though. We need to praise this night. Absolute great fights. Overall, everybody's having a brawl. Everybody's having great, beautiful fights. Beautiful work by every single one of these fighters today. I'm really happy to be a part of this card. Great card.
And by the way, if you still haven't followed those two guys, they're actually streaming almost daily on Twitch. Kai Ortega, also known as Kai-Holloway 140. This is... Oh, look at that! Rear uppercut once again. He dropped him this time by a left hook.
Back left lands. It seems that the end could be close. KIA Holloway has gotten the better of almost every exchange up until this point. AK Pressure needs to find an answer.
Most definitely does. Oh, beautiful slip though, by Pressure. I think we're gonna see KIA Ortega versus Stoyan in the final.
Oh, big
Pretty
one
sure.
too.
Yeah.
AK Pressure doing what he can, but it just doesn't seem to be enough.
Feels like Pressure is hoping that Ortega is going to waste his stamina, but look at that straight!
Oh!
Wow, Pressure was pulling backwards. Woo! That hook, man.
Sometimes-
It was so close. It's very dangerous when you're throwing a knee to the body and your opponent throwing a hook, but it needs to be a lead hook.
Deep from AK Pressure into that powerful roundhouse to the midsection. Doing good work as mentioned, but it just doesn't feel like it's on the same level in terms of significance that KIA Holloway is doing.
Only
agree
40
with
seconds. Oh, nice straight once again.
Oh,
Wow.
On the button. It wasn't the switch off button, but almost there.
Can Pressure survive? Moving and grooving. The head movement has been on point this entire night, but 10 seconds remain, and he has felt the power that Holloway possesses.
Just a second before the end of the round, and a woke-up knockout by KIA Holloway. Wow, those uppercuts tonight.
They were lethal, and I was internally thinking, are they going to choose to have an exchange at the very end of the round? They did, and boy, it didn't work out for AK Pressure. KIA Holloway punches his ticket into the finals. Beautiful uppercut return, and man, that sets up an incredible final fight, gentlemen.
I actually just watched, but a couple of hours ago, I watched a highlight between Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson, where Tony Ferguson throws lead uppercut and Gaethje throws a rear uppercut. Tony is the one connecting when he was the one throwing the strike first. When in this exchange, we actually saw Pressure throwing the strike first, but Holloway was on point. He just threw it on the chin. What a performance, and we'll see Stoyan, BMF Stoyan versus KIA Holloway, aka Kai Ortega.
ladies and gentlemen, there were two. We have our final set. First, Stoyan versus KIA Holloway. BMF versus KIA. Who will be the victor tonight? We shall see. This is the first ever tournament for GameKheyl. We hope to do more of these. The response we've gotten from all of you is absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us for so long. And you know what? Our patience will be rewarded in a few short seconds when we declare the first winner of the Stand and Bank tournament of GameKheyl.
And you can see they are in the lobby. the main event of the tournament, the final fight, what we have been waiting for, Stoyan versus KIA Holloway.
I can't
Wow.
wait.
Wow, I can't wait. My and the Goncho's teammates, Stoyan Stoike, just beast, gonna go perform against another machine. Absolute beast. Okay, Holloway, I am scared for my boy, Stoyan, because this is gonna be really interesting to see. Definitely scared to, see him fight. This is gonna be a great fight, and I can't wait to see who's gonna get their hand raised.
The concern is definitely warranted. KIA Holloway proven to be a killer, but Stoyan, no slouch at all, has experienced some serious adversity in this tournament, but has always rallied and found the finishing sequence. Who will go on to become the winner of the GameKheyl tournament? BMF versus KIA.
Let's
The Balkan
see who
motherfucker
gets-
looks very scary into this one.
It definitely does. I have to agree with you, Goncho. 200%, not 100%. My man looks scary. Let's go.
With respect shown, Stoyan displaying the head movement effective early. Holloway going to the body, gets that check left, disrupts the movement.
It looks like Holloway already creates a lot of problems for Stoyan, working both on his body and head. Oh, nice pink elbow, well defeated by Ortega / Holloway.
Adds the straight right behind it. Complimentary meal. That's coffee and cream, baby. Touches the chin of KIA Holloway, but Holloway returning fire with fire.
Both Stoyan and Holloway actually got to the third round in their fights. We never saw a decision, but who knows, maybe this is going to be the only fight we see a decision. Still, that's a 5-rounder.
This is a 5-round fight, and also another analysis to make. Both fighters won their last fight with uppercuts. Are we going to see that as the finishing move of this tournament? We shall see.
And an additional note to that, Naveed, of course, going to the body, not the tactic that worked against Stoyan. Read it perfectly. Holloway known as a marauder of the midsection. Let's see if his luck runs out like Stoyan's former opponent did, or can he crack those ribs better than the rest?
We haven't seen any leg work in the last few fights, really, and throughout the whole tournament. Oh, look at that! I was thinking we're going to see the uppercut once again.
So,
Stoyan is smart, he's working on your body. He's trying to make you feel vulnerable in different sections than your chin, and that's when he capitalizes. Same for Holloway. I mean, I fought him 3 times yesterday, was it, or the day before on his stream. He absolutely decapitated me. Yet it was hard fights, but what I noticed is that Holloway is vulnerable when you're working his body, but look at that. He's not giving
Check
Stoyan a
left
chance to do
uppercut.
that.
Have to call him KIA Holistic Holloway. Absolutely mix it up and touches all parts of the body. No domain is safe against the KIA member, but again, BMF Stoyan knows what resistance and adversity feels like and knows how to overcome it. Good work to the body there. 50 seconds remain in the opening round.
And we actually saw between Holloway and Gavin earlier, the first fight, the last fight of the first section of the tournament. Gavin was also utilizing the slip back uppercut, slip back straight, but that's how Holloway managed to punish him with a straight right on the chin. He dropped him a couple of times, and the third time Gavin slipped back, he got the straight on the chin, and that was it. But only 10 seconds to the end of the first round. Are we going to see something spicy here? Stoyan actually tries, and he gets punished. Second round on the line. Let's get it.
We
Stamina
go.
bars. Sorry, Naveed.
No, I was just saying, here we go. Nothing else.
Stamina
good
bars
head
seem
movement.
very equal right now. And I was actually thinking that Stoyan is going to let Holloway throw more strikes and just waste his stamina a little bit, but they just both love fighting inside the octagon, inside the fire, wasting no time. They're here to win, not to waste time.
Cardio definitely in the identical category. However, large difference in the head health. KIA Holloway hasn't gotten touched up as much as Stoyan has. Stoyan operating with, some would say, a bit of a cracked chin. As we get deeper in, gets touched again. Wow.
That chin is more than cracked right now.
Chin's been decimated. Touching that beard. The beard can't save you, Stoyan. Oh, lead uppercut lands. 3 minutes remain in the second round of this 5-round fight. The finale of the GameKheyl tournament. Stoyan facing some more pressure and resistance. Can he overcome it like he has? Or will we be seeing KIA Holloway victorious?
Holloway very smart on working the body of Stoyan. Every time Holloway's stamina goes below Stoyan's, he starts working on the body, but look at that left hook once again rocks Stoyan. He didn't drop him this time though. Stoyan is able to recover.
Straight 2 into the body kicks from Holloway. There's Stoyan backing up, not looking like the confidence we're used to.
You see something that the legendary Sikwar, also known as Fabio, is using. Jab, lead body kick, straight, rear body kick, and it works perfectly well for Ortega right now.
Oh, the Sicilian Warrior indeed patented that move, utilizes it so frequently and to so much success. However, I am enjoying the straight to the rear roundhouse body kick that KIA Holloway is using as well. Seems like the other end of that jab lead body kick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a lot of internet problems today, so sorry.
Oh, all good, Praxa. Good moment there from Stoyan, but still the head health is not where you want it to be. One punch could change the complexion of Stoyan.
You know,
So
if
the
Stoyan
body
didn't...
differential.
Sorry, go on. Oh, look
I'm just
at
saying the
that
body
straight
differential
hook!
is looking huge, but at that very moment, Stoyan's saying that don't count me out just yet. We still have 3 more rounds to go here.
Stoyan not one to go away easy. Very much still in this fight, just operating at kind of a subpar level health-wise, but still at a above the bar level technique-wise. Fourth round is upon us. Let's see. Third round is upon us.
Yep, let's see what happens. This is looking like a great fight so far.
For seconds of the third round, and significant stamina advantage for Ortega. He dropped him now. He's
Going on
both
down.
dropped to the body
Holloway.
and the head.
Holloway pushing. Holloway coming on strong. He wants the finish. He wants to be the first ever GameKheyl champion.
Holloway is one of the best in the world for a reason. He can both strike and grapple and also mix it up. Once again, we see the jab body kick, very successful, and a knee right in the belly. Stoyan on the ground
Those solar
again.
plexus.
Wow. Holloway is putting on a performance against BMF Stoyan, just decimating him in this third round. Knocks him down again. I can't believe that Stoyan is still standing. The end seems inevitable. Health is blinking for BMF Stoyan. He needs to do something, but he can't. The 2 from Holloway lands. And that's it. That's it. 3 minutes remain in the third. 2 rounds left in the books, but nobody needs them. KIA Holloway ends BMF Stoyan with a big straight right down the pipe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first ever tournament winner in KIA Holloway. Congratulations to him for an exceptional run of form. He went through the competition and pretty much did it with ease against everyone that he came across. And who would be the man to beat him? We will have another tournament soon to figure it out. Hopefully, we'll have the same competitors. They've been absolutely professional about everything that we've seen so far. And you know what? 16 great competitors. And to be fair, the best one came out on top. Congratulations to KIA Holloway on a well-deserved victory.
Man, talk about a great tournament. Everybody showed up, everybody threw down. Proxer, Gancho, Naveed, yourselves included. Everybody have to thank you for your time. This was a truly great tournament.
Beautiful night today. Absolute great fights overall. I'm really happy for Holloway for getting that win. Congrats to you, my brother, fellow former teammate. I've seen you grow a lot through these months. I've seen you how good you've really become and how great of a champion you are. Congrats to you and Stoyan, my brother, my teammate. You will be back stronger than ever. Thank you for a great night, my fellow commentators. I'm really happy that I was a part of this. Thank you.
Absolutely, Proxer. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time, Bane, as well. Naveed, thank you for doing all the stuff behind the scenes and organizing this amazing, great tournament. And for sure, we'll keep on working together. You know, you said something funny earlier. This is the first time I ever do this. No, it's not. You've been part of esports UFC tournaments for quite some time, my brother, and you've done great. Amazing, amazing tournament. So happy to be part of this. And it was just a pleasure.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Everyone involved with this, Gancho, Proxer, Bane, Luke Duffy in the background, everyone who's been a part of this, who has been supporting this. My wife's sitting right next to me here. Everyone has been very supportive with this. And also for all the competitors for being absolute professionals. We've had some troubles with the signups, but looks like it's all in our rear view now. For everyone who's still with us, thank you all so much for your time. If you like the content that we've shared, if you've liked what you've seen tonight, we are planning to do more of this. Do consider pressing that subscribe button. Do press that alert button. We'll do more of these live events. We'll do more interviews. And again, thank you all so much for your time. For everyone watching, this is me, Sir, Bane, and Gancho signing off. Thank you all so much, and have a great night.
Make sure
Anything
to
else,
jump on
Gancho?
that subscribe button because Naveed is trying to reach, I guess he's trying to reach the 1,000 subscribers mark so he can get actually paid for all the work that he has done for this community, for the UFC community and the gaming community in general. And we'll keep on doing our best to entertain you guys.
Yes. Also, one more thing before we let you guys go. Make sure another shout out at track. Thank you to my friend Fahad for providing us a banger of a track for this event. And also, if you like it to be a part of this community that we've built over the last few weeks, let us know. We are available on GameKheyl. We have a community on Facebook right now. So if you're interested, let us know on Facebook, and we'll be there for you. Thank you all so much, and have a great night.
Peace.
Good night.